All right. Hey, where's David Duchovny?
Please bring him in.
David Duchovny's here.
Be funny if he's out burning Imus posters.
Yeah, it's kind of a tricky situation with the whole Imus thing going on, because when we have guests, we don't know where they stand on it.
Yeah, let's go to Mike in Babylon.
We kind of make our opinion known.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hi, guys. Love you. Love you.
Yeah,
love the show. Yeah, okay.
Hello, David. How you doing?
Listen, you guys are like the standard bearer these days. I mean, like you said, Google's the 9th top search. I mean, I just think you guys aren't going at it enough. I mean, at this point, I think you guys should just go charging into the breach and defend it and, you know, say whatever. I mean, yesterday, Jimmy, you were on there in the XM side. You mentioned that joke with the Al Roker bit about, you know, that little affliction. And, you know, I don't know if you can even say it on this side. I think you guys should be just trying to figure out a way to come out there and just say it.
Well, sir, we can only do so much here, and, you know, it's just the way it is with terrestrial radio, and we know that, and I'm kind of grateful in a way, because the vile nonsense that would have flew out of my mouth if we had 4 hours a day to say it.
Yeah.
And the Al Roker's just another jackass, so let him say it.
Yeah, Al Roker wants Imus to be fired over that. It's completely ridiculous. But we're watching the situation very closely, and then we might have to organize a little something.
I mean, there was a point before where you guys cut the mic off, so...
All right,
I really hope that you're going to give that joke on the XM side.
You'll get on the XM side. Get a hold of yourself, sir.
All right,
Relax.
thank you.
We're not going to get fired.
Got David Duchovny sitting here. We're talking to some direct from Jersey.
Who's just yammering on, telling us we should curse on terrestrial radio and go them.
Yeah. Well, it's everywhere, David. What can I tell you?
What, the cursing? The
Imus thing.
You should hear my mother talk about it.
Really?
About Imus?
No,
No.
she has no idea.
No?
She doesn't know how to work her television.
Your mom, too? Because mine is the worst with technology, and I was trying to tell her, I just saw her for Easter, and I'm trying to tell her, like, you know, you should get a computer, and it's not this big thing anymore. She thinks it's like the ENIAC, you know. Or it's just, don't they weigh 20 tons apiece? And I'm like, no, get you a laptop, you can check email.
Yeah.
She goes, well, why do I need that?
I don't want to give up one of my guest rooms.
I tell her, when we go on vacation or something, I could send you pictures and stuff. I could just wait till you get back.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not going to Photomat. I could just...
My mother puts a sheet over the television when she's not watching it, like it's a bird.
It might make noise in the night.
I think she thinks it's radioactive or something.
We gave our mom a DVD player a year ago. Every time I visit her, I gotta like walk her through the damn thing, and she still can't figure it out.
Mine still uses videotapes. Just pops in like VCR, and she goes, no, I just rewind. That's fine. Like there's DVDs. Ooh, she don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what it is with people when they reach a certain age. They just want to cut off technology.
She does use a remote.
Oh, really?
She still
that's pretty
swinging with the remote. Well, I remember my grandfather sitting there with the remote that used to go like, made like a ding noise. There were 2 buttons on it, on and off, and volume.
With a long wire.
I don't know if you remember, but when I was growing up, you know, the channel changer would always break because you swung it around so much.
Yeah.
Pliers.
Yeah.
You'd get yelled at, too.
Sorry.
Stop it. Your parents could hear like a mile away you going, because you had to get from channel 5 to channel 11 real quick. And, stop it, you're going to break it. Right. I'm going to break it. We had the thing like 25 years. It never broke.
Yeah.
David Duchovny, you're here.
Television expert.
Yes. Well, I've seen you on it.
Yeah.
You're a lot taller than you are on the television, but
it happens.
Yeah, you got
seem to think that about me a lot, and I don't know why.
They expect you to be short?
They do.
Everyone on TV is supposed to be short.
Well, I get there in a little box.
To fit in the box.
Yeah.
So the sheet is over it, so he can't just come walking out and get cookies in the middle of the night.
From Willy Wonka.
It just kind of comes out of the TV. I heard, though, that you were tall.
Oh,
so when you walked in, I was like, look, he is.
Yeah.
The rumors.
Yeah.
not
Pacino
rumors.
is legendarily. He looks tall because I guess all he's played. I hear Pacino's just a little shrimp in real life. Everybody says he's like 5'1".
He's just a little guy.
He's a little fella. You want to pick him up?
He's cute.
Hold him. I'll take a picture with him.
You want to burp him?
Yeah. Come over, burp him, pat his little head. Get out of here, you.
Get back on the set, you daffy bastard. The TV set. That's what we're promoting today, huh?
Yeah. You guys haven't had a chance to see it.
No.
Us?
We don't get advanced anything.
We don't have anything.
No.
Really?
I know, it's a shame. And the only way I get advanced copies, I can't talk about on the radio, or I might have the FBI come to my house because they have a warning on the front that says I shouldn't do this.
It's easier to talk about it when you know.
I know when I actually saw it.
Yeah,
we didn't get an advance copy. We didn't even know you were coming until 10 o'clock last night. Let's lay it on the table.
We have very bad communication skills. We knew you were coming X amount of time ago, and we said, yeah, David Duchovny.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they tell us the day before, David Duchovny's coming. All right.
Yeah, we approved you coming in like September 06, and we got an email yesterday that you're coming in today.
I got this.
We have a little problem in the organization.
Security clearance.
But it's David Duchovny, so you'll let him in.
Yeah.
I told we had Simon Pegg in yesterday from Shaun of the Dead. You see that one?
Yeah, it's fun.
And I didn't want to tell him I saw his latest movie. The one where he plays a cop, but complete bootleg. Like, I got it. I heard people eating popcorn in the background, and like, it was really a bad bootleg.
But it's okay.
But it's okay, because I saw the movie, and I was able to talk about it.
So we can talk to the guys.
Yeah. So a lot of these times where I see an advanced copy, I'm not getting a screener copy, I'm getting an illegal bootleg copy.
That's nice.
With popcorn.
I've never actually seen one of those.
They're so bad.
I know. I have. I remember being on an airplane a few years ago, and one of the flight attendants came up to me and said, I love the X-Files. I have everything on VD, all 9 seasons on DVD. I said, that's great. That's terrific. He said, and I bought it for 50 cents in China.
Great, thanks.
All 9 seasons for 50 cents.
That's gotta make you feel good.
I get some of that.
So you owe me 3 cents.
Yeah.
That's amazing, because you're taller than everyone in China stacked on top of each other. Little Chinese short chip.
I saw that, Jimmy.
I'm still using the tall thing, huh?
Yeah, no, I didn't even notice until he said
go back to it.
On the bandwagon and try to steal a laugh, which didn't work, and I'll take my bombing weapon.
Keep talking about it.
Well, I want to know what the TV set is all about.
Yeah, well, it's
you're gonna have to really sell it now, because we haven't seen it. Usually we're kind of informed.
Damn us.
Well, Jake Kasdan is the writer-director. I don't know if you guys ever watched Freaks and Geeks or saw Zero Effect in Orange County, but he's a really talented writer-director. And it's basically about the creation of a television show, from writing to casting to dealing with the networks to shooting and then trying to get it on the air. So it's kind of a network type comedy about what it is to actually make television, instead of like the usual kind of Hollywood fluff that you see in movies. But it's myself and Sigourney Weaver and Ewan Griffith and Judy Greer, and just really terrific, smart, funny actors. And
Justin Bateman.
Justine Bateman.
He's great in everything he does.
Justine.
Oh, Justine? I saw Justin.
When he dresses like a girl, it's amazing.
She's okay, too. I heard Justin Bateman. I'm sorry.
The most uncomfortable thing is that Justin plays my wife.
In drag. I'm sorry.
Is it anything like, if it's about a TV show being made, is it anything like The Comeback, which I loved on HBO with...
Comeback was great.
And the only thing I didn't like was there was one writer, because they had the whole weird thing with the writer's relationship with Lisa Kudrow. Right. One of them was a little too over-the-top douchey to her, and it's like, nah, man, writers are never that brutal to you.
Right.
They may hate you, but they kind of hide it if you're getting laughs.
Right.
Is it kind of along that vibe, like behind the scenes of a sitcom?
Exactly, but it's really the struggle that the writer that I play has with the network, and it's really about, making little compromises every day, little compromises. Oh, I can live with that, I can live with that. And then at the end of the process, you're left with this piece of shit that you don't recognize it. So just in order to get on the air, to have your dream that you're going to have your show on the air. This guy's a writer who's worked in rooms for 15, 20 years. Now he's got a shot. And so he'll compromise. He's got to feed his family, and then at the end, it's just, it's what you see on networks.
Well, comedies are destroyed by networks. They're emasculated. But doing the show you did for so many years, how much trouble did you guys have, being that it was not a comedy? Like, say, was there content that you guys wanted to cover?
I wasn't a comedy. I thought that
there was some fun in there.
Hysterical lines.
There were some great lines in there.
It's not like a Sanford and Son type.
No, it wasn't at all like Sanford and Son.
So I'm saying, no black people. Here, Dave. But I'm saying, did you guys have content issues that you want something you wanted to cover that was not like, that was in more of like a serious vibe, and you're like, no?
I think until you get to syndication, you're always going to be kind of doing a dance with the networks. But once you hit that number and you get that autonomy of you're going, I think you can pretty much do whatever you want. We had one episode that maybe people remember. They pulled it.
Maybe. Come on.
Well, no, there's one. It's just one. It's they pulled it out of rotation because it was too kind of sick. It was about. It's called Home, and it's about. a kind of family of mutant humans who, because they are so
incest.
Yeah,
it's the mother in the drawer, and that one was great. It's one of my favorites, as a matter of fact. It was so twisted and sick.
It's a lot of people's favorites. These people were so mutated that nobody would have sex with them, so they had to have sex with each other in order to propagate, and it's a love story.
It's quite a love story. They pulled that out of rotation.
Now that I'm describing it, that's sounding a little like Sanford. So.
So that's out of rotation.
Remember when Lamont would have sex with Red?
Absolutely.
Brady came in,
but they don't show that anymore.
They pulled it for a while, so that's the one. You know, for all the kind of graphic and weird stuff that we did over the years, that was the one that they pulled.
How many episodes did you do, or how many years did you run?
9.
Yeah, 9 years. It was the it show. I mean, that show was it was the show. Yeah. And then toward the end, I know the last couple of seasons, it got so weird when you disappeared, and then they brought in, what's his name?
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick, yeah. Who I like, but you know, it was just weird, the dynamic there. Yeah. And it was always like, is Mulder going to show up today? Is he going to show up today?
Yeah, he finally came back.
He came
back towards the end.
But I never knew what really happened to you. They just kind of
neither do I
left it kind of there with the hooks in your mouth, and I don't know what the hell was going on.
For all I know, I think Mulder, he did a couple movies in that time.
Yeah, that was it. Mulder went off and became an actor, did some movies.
Then came back.
Did a couple of chick flicks. Came back.
At least Mulder waited, as opposed to David Caruso, who has one great season and goes, I'm going to be a movie star. And then 15 years like, no, you're not.
Well,
back to TV.
Caruso was amazing that first year. You know, that was some of the best acting I've ever seen on TV. I was sad to see him.
And now, Frank, it's a whole nother story.
That's pretty good.
Oh, when he does that exit, stage left even, and he just kind of walks off the screen. Oh, it's hysterical. It's become a parody.
Yeah, we had fun with that.
Everyone's goofing on that.
It's hard to do, do a TV show week after week. I got to say.
Do you feel like it almost becomes like a parody of what you initially started out doing?
Well, not so much a parody, but the nature of television is that you want to give people want to see the same thing.
Yeah.
They do. They want to tune in.
They get familiar with the character, and
so you're kind of limited after a while. I think actually the X-Files was pretty successful in mixing it up, for a long time.
What do you think about Lost? Because they're kind of calling that almost like an X-Files type.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't watch today. It's covered by the sheet, so you can't.
It sounds good.
Yeah,
I can hear it coming through the sheet.
He's being polite. He doesn't like it.
No. It's not that I don't even not like it.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Okay. No.
You're playing the Hulk. That I think is fantastic in the sequel. They get you playing the Hulk. What's his name? Banner, the other guy?
I'm not playing the Hulk.
This says right here that you're playing. Oh, you're playing the. You're playing.
No, I'm not playing anybody in that movie.
What happened? It says here in our one sheet, David is set to become the new Hulk.
I don't know.
He's under heavy negotiation.
No. I've never. Nobody's ever contacted me about being the Hulk.
That's hysterical. You know somebody is going to be shot now for putting that in there.
No, but I've been asked that before about that.
Really?
We have the worst one sheet.
That's why I rip it up before it gets here.
Hawkeye Pierce. Is that correct? Who makes these things?
What an ass!
This is all. But it says here, it's in like a bold. David is set to become the new.
Yeah.
Who wrote that?
I don't know.
Have them shot. Now, okay, I'm going to ask something off the sheet.
Yeah.
X-Files movie? Another one?
Yeah, in the works.
Okay, that was accurate.
In the works.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's something a lot of people want to see.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because if not, we're going to look really silly.
Then that'll look silly. Any plot line there? Has anything been written yet?
No. I don't know.
Will it take off from the end or the last thing? You're going to have hook scars in your mouth?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You're not giving
No,
out
actually,
any
I don't know.
You just don't.
Honestly, I don't know.
We keep thinking we're catching him lying, but he's like, I have no idea.
He doesn't know.
All right, he's going to be all right. I don't know.
Shine the light in his eyes. Let's make sure.
Wait, it says here, too, and this is the one sheet. I'm sure this is completely incorrect. But it said that being an African-American, you found... it said that you used to dye to color your right eye and keep your pupil dilated because you had an injury in high school. Is that true?
That's true.
Oh, really?
He played basketball.
So, yeah.
Okay, so what is that? How do you dye it? Is that
I don't dye it. No, I dilate it.
Dilated.
Okay.
What a bunch of idiots.
Here's what it says. David uses dye to color his right eye and to keep his pupil dilated.
I gotta hit somebody.
Wait, who
wrote that?
Who?
Well, because when you're trying to make your eyes look the same, you want to color one differently.
Dye one? Who dyes their eyes?
Like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
All right, we got Sam.
You are as dumb as they come.
Sam, is that you?
I wrote it based on information given to me by Roland.
Passing the buck.
All right, get him in here.
Our staff passes the buck better than anybody.
And I'm also hearing Roland came up with the whole Incredible Hulk thing.
Yeah. Roland, wait till you hear.
He's only the guy that books the guests.
I like Roland.
Wait till you see the lack of any communication skills he has whatsoever.
I talked Roland. I know.
On the phone it's okay. In person, when he gets a mic in front of him, he loses.
Really?
It. Yeah.
Go ahead, Roland.
That's good.
There's no joke, by the way. Go ahead,
Hulk
Roland.
premiering.
Explain yourself.
The Hulk was I put is rumored.
Really?
Rumored.
It says here David is set.
Yeah.
Set and rumored.
I apologize.
It's a
I
little
always put
different.
rumored starting with an R. That's my error.
No, the email I sent it said rumored.
The what?
It said rumored.
The what you sent?
The email to Sam it says rumored to be.
Okay, so rumored, and then you took rumored and said that's too long to put on the sheet.
So set.
He's looking for the email right now. Look at him.
Oh, yeah, look at him scrambling.
Of course.
He's scrambling.
Hey, and the TV set, have you seen it, Roland?
Yeah, I loved it.
So why don't you give us an advance copy so we could, maybe, comment about it?
I did give a copy to Anthony.
Wow.
What? Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
I stand corrected. Roland, could you read this?
Damn it.
Please?
I think I was watching the Lost Fox set.
Bastard.
I am an ass.
Well, watch it. You'll really like it.
I will.
Really, really funny.
Roland has to correct everybody.
This is IMDb's
What did you say at the bottom?
mislabeling. I forgot to paste the caption on top. This is rumored.
No.
So you didn't put rumored in?
I am an ass.
See, we're not that dumb, David.
Okay.
It's someone else that's dumb, not us.
What about the dye color his right eye? Like
dilate and die.
What about the Easter egg eyeball?
Yeah.
You know, in the springtime at my house, I like to pop my eye out and hide it in the backyard.
He'll hide it in a slipper and the kids will find it.
Yeah, how did that come about?
No,
How does one dye their eyeball?
It should dilate it, though. I sent dilate. I sent dilate.
You sent dilate. What
Sam.
happened?
We might have to blame
He's
Sam.
scrolling through that
It says
BlackBerry.
It says on the sheet that he uses dye to color his eye and to keep his pupil dilated. Do you think I just added in out of nowhere?
Yes.
No.
All right. Oh, now there's another email.
God, you can't get away with anything.
You know what?
No.
Once again,
can't.
I apologize to Roland. I
What?
apologize to Roland. Roland, please, can you correct us? This is the email you sent, and we are incorrect.
Again, I blame IMDb.
IMTV.
Yeah, IMDb, I am dumb bastard.
Yeah.
Again, I am ass.
All right. Someone on Instant Feedback is saying this might be the worst interview of all time. David should just slap the ass out of all three of you. Now, Roland, the TV set.
It's funny.
Why is it funny? Sell it for David Duchovny.
Please.
Because if you see it, that's how the way sort of like Hollywood works for a TV show from the ground.
But Roland,
should be a publicist.
if you had no interest in television, would it still be funny?
Yes, it would be funny. It's great comedy, great acting.
So you wouldn't say it's an inside movie. You'd say it's a movie for everybody.
Bring the kids, bring the family.
And Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver's in it, Roland?
Yep,
How's
Sigourney
she?
Weaver. She was really good.
Yeah.
What did you like about it?
And the guy from Fantastic Four, Eon.
Yoan. He's got a lot of vowels in his name. When we were shooting the film, Jake said, that this is the geeks are going to go crazy for this movie because we got Mulder, Ripley, and Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's true.
In the same film.
We're hearing you got to get to Regis and Kelly. I'm sure they're going to be well more prepared than we.
Is Regis back, or is he still, my heart? I can't take it anymore. I'm missing Duchovny.
I don't think
I love him. He's so agitated at everything.
I can't believe I won the lotto.
That makes me laugh every time when Regis gets angry.
Oh. And he's guy with technology. I love watching him because they bring out a computer.
What's this confounded machine, Gelman? How does it work? What do I do with it? I can't even turn it on. What's with the internet?
He knows nothing about anything that was made after like the 50s.
Yeah, he's got a wooden tennis racket.
A wooden tennis racket.
I hop in my Edsel and go home.
All right, he's got to get out of here.
Everything
thank
we have
you.
everything
David
except the correct
Duchovny.
information.
Do me a favor. Watch the movie. Talk about it some more when you've seen it.
We will.
Absolutely will.
if you hate it, you can say that, but I know you won't.
No, we'll shit.
It's called The TV Set with David Duchovny.
And if David Duchovny thinks he's slipping out of here before I get a picture with David Duchovny, it's over, Johnny.
All right, we better take a break. Thank you. Thanks so much. It's Opie and Anthony. All right, let's stop the show for a second here. You're listening to Opie and Anthony, and acknowledge
how to skid to a stop.
And acknowledge how bad that interview was.
What? That was a great, fun interview with David Duchovny. It just didn't go in the normal interview format.
I got excited and said, "Oh, Justin Bateman! I love Justin Bateman.
He's great and everything." And then you stressed it. He's great and everything.
He's great and everything.
And he rolls his eyes like, "Where the hell am I?"
Justine Bateman.
I'm back to Justine.
So
Jason.
You dye your eyeballs? No. You're going to be the new Hulk? No, I'm not.
By the way, it's Jason Bateman. I know. I said Justin.
Yeah, Jason Bateman. Justine Bateman is... Justin Bateman.
I got all excited, like, "Oh, Justin Bateman," because I looked down really.
And as you said it, because I read that before, I'm like, no.
I looked down really fast. I'm like, "Is Justin Bateman's in this movie? I got to see it now because I like what Justin Bateman does." No,
there is no Justin Bateman. He's some
Jason
guy
Bateman.
from Schenectady.
Right. It's his sister there, Justine, and the company's married to her in the movie.
He was very cool about it, though. He just knew he was talking to a group of asses.
Oh, yeah.
He was hilarious, though. And then, what else did you guys say?
I said the Hulk thing and then dyeing the eye. Like, here's an interesting tidbit I found out, which was not a tidbit. It was just a boob who read the internet.
Yeah. And then the whole thing with the Hulk. So you're set to play. You're going to be playing the Hulk. No.
No, not.
But it says here you're set to play. No. Haven't even talked to anyone. It's a rumor that's going around.
And you keep thinking you're catching a lion. Now, come on, you've seen Law. He didn't like it. No, I've just never seen it.
Oh, wait a
never
minute.
saw it.
It's Patrick Bateman?
Yeah, Jason.
Okay. Patrick Bateman is that fun-loving guy.
Yeah.
No, you had the J right.
Yeah, all right. All right,
the color is bone.
That's good enough, right?
Right. By the way, his movie comes out. We should mention that. I don't think the date was on. Why would it be on the one sheet? None of the other information was pertinent. It comes out.
Dude, you know what? I didn't even know it was a movie. I thought it was a TV show.
I did.
So tell us about your new TV show.
I think I even
that's
said
the title of the movie.
Well, it's one long season. It's an hour and a half, and it's in theaters.
Because it says what the movie's the TV set.
TV set. It's called.
I swear to God, I thought he was promoting a TV show called The TV Set. I had no idea.
It is, I believe, out now in limited release, and April 20th it comes out.
In all fairness, though, I got an email yesterday, and I was a little pissed off last night. It came to our attention that we approved having him in September 06.
Yeah.
We had some kind of meeting in September 06.
Beginning of September,
October,
they had a
November,
meeting.
December, January, February, March. We're talking, what, 7 months ago?
So, do you guys want David Duchovny? And at that point, especially, we were looking for good guests.
Yeah.
Like guests with names.
Yeah.
And we said, yeah, we want David Duchovny. And then they told us yesterday that he was coming in today. Because we said yes 6 months ago.
And it was late last night when we were all getting ready for our nappies, our long nappies.
Now, I say thank God it was David Duchovny because I'm a huge fan of the X-Files.
Yeah.
I think he's a very funny guy. I've seen him in other interviews.
Sure.
And the guy has a natural sense of humor. He doesn't need, like, other people around to kind of bring the funny out of him. He's a funny guy. So I wasn't that worried about it. But just the thought that you booked someone 6 months ago and then they tell you the night before, hey, by the way, he's coming in tomorrow. Don't worry, we'll have all the info you need. The Hulk, the dyed eyeball,
the X-Men movie.
The X-Men, Justin Bateman.
And the gay marriage plot. We're usually prepared. We know ahead of time. We try to do a little research, but man, this one took us by surprise.
Gotta give credit to David Duchovny. He rolled with it. He had a blast with it.
When we're
that
prepared,
was fun.
When we're prepared, the mics don't work.
Yeah.
When the mics work fine, we have no idea what we're talking about. It's one thing's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
And thank you, Take the Wig from FBA.com. Yes, Jason Bateman in Arrested Development. I loved that show. And yes, it was very, very underrated.
Listen, we got to take a break because David Duchovny just arrived. Promoting Californication. And I believe he took a trip across America. We want to ask him about that and other things. A friend of ours. He actually requested to do our show.
That's pretty cool.
But I think that some of that is all bullshit.
You know what? I did the Tonight Show. He was actually one of the guests on there.
Yeah.
And actually, my Tonight Show stuff started off a little bit rough. Probably because I said, that's what you get, you dumb bitch. That was my first punchline, which is probably stupid. So when I went to the couch, I said that. I go, yeah, I kind of felt like I was eating my balls up front. He goes, yeah, you kind of were. But, you pulled it off.
You kind of were.
He was totally honest. He goes, I was, though. I was eating my balls.
So we have a nice connection today. All right, well, David will join the program next. Bill Burr in studio, Stress Factory this weekend in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Fuck. Never stopped doing radio. Got a full house today, Opie and Anthony. By the way, Jim Norton's going to be on Leno tonight. Let's not forget about that. We all take a peek tonight.
Oh, he is.
See Norton become a big star in Hollywood.
He's a big star.
A big star. And we got Bill Burr in studio playing the Stress Factory in New Brunswick, New Jersey this weekend. And Vinny, who owns the club. And now we got to say hi to David Duchovny in studio.
David Duchovny's in.
Good morning.
I think we kind of hit it off with you the first time you did our show.
We did. I've wanted to. I've been hanging outside your studio since.
Pawing at
with
the
a
door.
wow sticker.
A little girl with a crush.
We openly admitted we didn't know what we were doing with David Duchovny when he came in, and he kind of appreciated that, if you remember back.
Well, obviously had to talk about the X-Files.
Oh, yeah. But he wasn't
huge fan.
He wasn't in to talk about that.
Well, no, it was the movie had come out recently too.
You don't have to defend yourself.
I try. Well, in here you always feel like you're on the defensive, which is weird. It's like anything. Hey, Anthony, that was really good. The bit you did the other. No, was it? Was it really? I know it's like some kind of jumping down your throat thing.
I know what it was. We gave him Legos for his kids.
That's what it was.
See?
Yeah, but
smart.
That guy's no longer here, right?
Who?
Your guy. The guy who hooked me up with the Legos.
Oh, Roland?
Oh, that was Roland. Yeah. Roland was a good egg.
We're trying to bring Roland back.
I loved Roland.
Roland rules.
Everyone loved Roland.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He had a certain innocence about him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But what a prick on wheels he is, really.
Ever get him mad?
Yeah, you get him mad. He just goes for the throat.
He breaks your Lego up.
Yeah, if there's any sort of death in your family, you can guarantee that's the first thing he's going to bring up.
He'll go right for it. Like he was in an argument with our security guy.
Well, we should play it now. It's quick.
Yeah. If
Travis
you
can
got
find
it, it's really.
We'll show you the other side of Roland there, David.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Or hear it.
Roland. Well, I guess the backstory is he was in getting into an argument with our security guy whose dog had just died, and he loved this dog. And Roland really could give a shit that this guy had lost his little pooch.
And he references that?
No, he just straight up brings it up.
If he did it in a subtle way, it would have been brutal.
Yeah.
But the way he did it was beyond brutal. And coming from somebody like Roland, who just looks like the big, happy guy, roly-poly Roland and stuff, and, kind of always smiling, loves the movies.
Looks like Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin.
Do we have that clip, Travis?
I hope so.
I don't have that one yet, but I do have when he trashed Rich Voss, if you want to listen to that one while I find it.
Yeah, what was the backstory on that one?
Rich was said.
Yeah, Rich
I'm
probably
sure
just
Rich
said one
something
thing.
stupid.
Okay, yeah, let's listen to that.
All right.
Roland, I want you to try, too.
Roland books a lot of our guests. He's a very sweaty guy.
I want you to try.
What do you
Roland.
think?
All right, he's trying the drink.
He does the typical.
I don't think he needs anything to slow him down, though.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.
Was that Rich?
No, you're a calm guy. I'm just saying you don't need anything to slow you down.
You don't want to get on. You don't want to get on Roland's bad side.
No, you don't want to get on his bad side.
Really?
Bad.
Yeah, it's taking me a week to get to the other bad side.
Rich Voss, you can see him on Letterman. No. Leno, no. Kimmel, no. Oh, wait, you might be able to see him on QVC. No. Wait, CW11. I'll see you on.
That was
Go yourself. Go team. You tan. You're the only tan Jew in the world.
all Jews are tan.
Ooh, I'm rich.
God damn.
Any more fat jokes? Stupid fat.
Oh, really?
Look at
so trash how I talk every day I'm in here. That bothers you? That really bothers you?
Yes,
Then get on treadmill, stupid.
Oh,
treadmill?
Treadmill. Let me go show you my piggy bank, Rich Voss's bank account.
Oh, really? My bank account?
Look at Spider go.
I've been around for 8 years, so what?
All
Do
right.
something with 8 years. Make it count.
Go get a
Make it
real
count.
guest. Go
Share
get
the
a real
both.
guest.
Been
Go
on
get
air for
somebody.
4 years.
All right, go
$28
get
million,
somebody that's
kid.
real. Get somebody that's real. Do
I
something.
would.
Go to the phone and go to your cubicle and get somebody that's real.
I do.
Okay, good. Wait, you get you know what?
He's
It's
stuttering.
a radio show where we trash each other. If you're going to walk in, that's what happens, stupid, okay?
He just
I'm
trashed
sorry.
you, Rich.
You're right. You're right.
He just killed you. It was like a standing ovation.
I think he understands that well.
Yeah.
And he did it really well.
He had a great exit and everything. It was like a wrestling move. He thought he was going to finish drinking.
It's delicious.
How long does this go? Jesus Christ.
Drink closer was like a hack road move.
All right, Travis, we get the point. There you go. So that's the other side.
Just makes you miss him, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah, it really does.
We will
That
get
part
him
of it
back
was great.
eventually. Yeah.
Part of it
Yeah,
was
he'll
good.
pick the worst thing on your IMDb and just bring that up.
I won't tell him that my dog is almost 16.
Oh, getting up there.
Let me say hi to Dave in Pennsylvania. Dave, we got David Duchovny in studio. What do you got?
I'm not one to call like this, but Jesus, that is the best freaking show on television, bar none.
Californication.
Ah, thank you.
Californication. It's the one show my wife and I can agree that we stopped doing everything and we watched that show. And I just got to tell you, in last week's episode, thank God I've got a DVR. I had to stop it, otherwise I'd have missed the next 10 minutes of the show. The mangina scene, that whole dinner table scene, was just off the charts.
That's my oldest buddy with the mangina, Jason Begay. I went to high school with him, and it was just such a pleasure for me after 30 years to be able to show his mangina to the world.
And I will say I'm kind of bummed that you killed off Lou Ashby. I thought that was a great storyline.
Yeah, he was great.
Holy shit.
Callum Rennie, the actor, that was a great character. Thank you.
Well, keep it going, man. All the shows, I shouldn't say this because all the shows I love don't seem to last, but this is just the best show on television.
Californication's been around.
Yeah, this is our third year. We'll be
pretty
around.
well.
I've been watching it since day one.
You won't jinx us. It's all right. Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Sounds like it's off to a good start there, David.
It is. Is mangina part of the lexicon?
Oh, yeah.
It is? Okay. I didn't know.
definitely.
Okay.
Hey, at what point when you're doing a series like that, at what point do you know that, like, okay, we're going to get, like, a second season? Was it one of those things where you did, like, 3 episodes and people were just like, oh, okay, let's sign you up for another one?
The first year it was, and then after that, it's usually just when it starts airing, and they look at the numbers, and in cable they can do that. You know,
Right.
they wait because there's such a lag time between finishing the show and airing it. So you're in limbo a lot, but we feel pretty good about what we're doing.
Better than like network though, where they can just cut your throat in a second.
Yeah, well, they will cancel you and not air shows that you've already completed.
Yeah, that you've done.
Jesus. And then you go to work one day, and this hasn't happened to me, but you go to work and everybody's sad, and it's been canceled.
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's just a jingle on TV. Wednesdays are a changing on ABC. And you're like, wait a minute, that's when my show was on. What happened?
Wednesdays are a changing.
And it was that's some stupid little jingle. And your
Could
dream
you
is
at
over.
least cancel me before I went through hair and makeup?
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm orange for the rest of the day, and I don't even have a job.
You lucked out with Californication because a lot of times did you think like, oh shit, I'm gonna be typecast?
Yeah,
you know?
well, I mean, I didn't really think that, but apparently a lot of people did, and I never really thought that. I thought, something. I'll find something. I'll do something. I'm an actor. I'll find stuff to do. And when Californication came around, it was really just the comedy that I wanted to do. It wasn't so much a character, but just like the type of comedy that I wanted to do and that I didn't see out there.
Yeah, you were doing movies after the X-Files that were like different, obviously different
but
character.
none of them really hit, and that's just hit or miss, and then you just keep swinging.
But the thing is, it's kind of, it's almost better to do a different character and have it not really hit than kind of here, look, it's fucking Mulder doing this, and
playing mentally challenged.
Yeah, there you go.
How many scripts that had aliens in it have you gotten?
Yeah, did you just keep getting those scripts?
That or just some kind of FBI agent?
Yeah.
I know I look good in a suit. Just stop.
We already have the credentials.
Yeah, he already has a badge. Let's hire him. We'll save on prop money.
Is there a kind of role that you're still waiting to like play? Because I always thought it would be cool if you got to do that episode, the guest star on a cop show where they chase you down the alley and you get to that chain link fence and you're climbing up and they just grab you.
That scene.
And then you get to do the you're the snitch. Come on, man. Don't talk to me out here, man. People are going to see stuff. I would love to be that guy. Is there like a role? Have you gotten, at this point in your career, have you gotten to do like every sort of like... sort of thing you wanted to do?
I think so. I mean, I write and I direct, so I guess I'm interested in doing my own stuff. But I never. I'd like to be the guy on the chain link fence. Sure, that sounds like fun.
Sounds like a fun thing.
I always like in the cop shows. I always like that. All they have to do is really yell at you loud and you confess.
Yeah.
You know, they get in your face and they spit a little bit, and all of a sudden,
Like, all right, yes, I killed her.
What?
Let's get on with the prison rape already.
Easy.
Vinny, you got something?
I just like, you know what? I like the show Lie to Me, where the guy, they can't solve a crime for 4 years, and the guy, oh, you just picked your nose, you're guilty. Oh, I am guilty, and he just confesses. I'd like to be that guy that just breaks down immediately.
Well, there's the real show, like First 48. You ever watch that?
Yeah.
It's First 48 Hours of a crime, and you would think that would be school for criminals of what not to do,
right?
Because they walk in there, and when you see the cops go into the interrogation room, and one of the perp goes, you know, I want to talk to a lawyer. They go, all right, they pick up their stuff, they leave the office, shut the door, and then you see them go, God damn it, I lawyered up. Like, if the cop's mad, that's what you do. Now, obviously, lawyer up, but then there's people like, all right, yeah, the gun went off. I don't know what happened, but I didn't mean it. You know, meanwhile, I shot 10 times in the head.
Yeah, and then 20 minutes later, when they're telling the story for the 5th time, they're like, I was reloading it. My adrenaline was going. I was thinking how great this was going to feel when I shot this person in the face.
It's like lawyer up immediately.
Immediately, yeah.
And it really annoys the cops. That's what I've learned from that program. It's fantastic, though. Like those reality shows.
Did you spend your summer going cross country there, David?
Yeah, we took a rock and roll bus, like the Partridge Family.
Really? Like a tour bus?
Yeah, a tour bus.
We had bunks and stuff.
We had 12 bunks, bunk alley, the insiders call it. And
Bunk alley.
yeah, we had a real rock and roll bus driver, and we took a lot of pride in that. We probably drove him more crazy than any band ever did.
Wow.
We are tougher than Metallica.
Really?
As a family of 4. But we went across country, went to the Grand Canyon and Niagara Falls, and we went through Texas and Missouri, and it was
caught all those. Did you go to all those little sightseeing places?
Yeah, we did. I'd never seen the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls, so that was nice for me. And the kids,
the Grand Canyon's just ridiculous.
Looks just like the pictures, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You
can't describe it to anyone.
Well,
the pictures don't do it justice.
I just say it looks just like the picture, only 3D. No, it is an amazing,
it's unbelievable,
majestic, sublime sight. And the kids, it was totally lost on my kids. You know, they was it's hot here. It's hot.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go bowling.
How old are the kids?
I'm itchy.
10 and 7.
10 and 7. Yeah, see, they don't get the scope of it. They just look at the hole in the ground. Where are the rides? Is there a ride here? Can I take one of the ponies down?
It's true.
Yeah,
it's
they
true.
don't want to see any of that.
And then you're just so disappointed in your offspring.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
When they get older, it gets worse. Don't worry. You're in the fun stage. It's just a shit sandwich after a while.
Yeah, Vinny's in hell.
Yeah, I'm in absolute hell.
How old are your kids?
I have a lot of them. 24, 23.
Kids? Oh.
20.
You have a 24? What did you have when you were 13?
I had kids when I was just a kid. I was only 22. I had my first kid.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And then I got a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. Those are the good ages. 9 and 6.
Jeez, stop already.
I am.
How
you know what?
doing?
You know it's weird. I'd have one more because I keep thinking, well, one of them's going to turn out good. If I just keep
going,
keep pushing
Playing
kids
the
out.
odds. Yeah, play the odds, man.
It's like
Got to be one kid that doesn't want to fuck my mind over.
I always thought it'd be great if we were like insects, where you had 1,000,
yeah,
950 were eaten by birds, but then you had 50.
Right.
Yeah, those 50 little ones that make it to
And
the ocean.
you're
the little turtles.
You're only with them for 2 days.
Take the pictures and move on. Get out of this mess.
How hard is that to like travel around the country though? Because obviously you're a pretty recognizable guy.
We're recognizable, but wearing the hat and the glasses and moving fast and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, is that what you do?
Yeah, and that works pretty well.
What
sometimes you want to be recognized because you want stuff faster than other people.
When you want free shit.
Free stuff.
Are you going to make me pay for breakfast? Look at who I am.
Do you?
That's when he pretends he's hot and takes the hat off, wiping the brow.
Oh, David Duchovny's a little warm here.
Yeah, everyone around him says his whole name. David Duchovny, are you really hot right now? Well, yes, I am.
I make the kids call me David Duchovny. I was at the at the Arch in St. Louis. It was endless lines. It's one of those places where you line up, and then you line up.
What is the Arch? You just go up in the Arch. That's it.
Well, we didn't know because they make you line up for so long. We thought it's got to be great, but
it's got to be something good here.
It's a little claustrophobic, and my wife's a little claustrophobic. You get up into the Arch, and it's actually beautiful from the outside. I found from the inside, it's like being on the 18th floor of a building.
Right. It's exactly that.
But it sways though.
Just
it's
an
designed.
building.
It's designed. First of all, you go up in those little. They still have those little mork eggs.
Yes, exactly.
That you go up in, and it's you sort of just kind of going side to side, and every time you feel like you're just going to go right down an elevator shaft.
Jesus.
Then you get up to top to look out the window. You literally have to lay down, and the structure is moving.
It was a windy day too when we were there.
All right, so that sounds like fun.
Well, it's a truly beautiful structure. It's kind of surreal and beautiful, but. I was trying to work some kind of recognition scheme there, but it didn't work.
Really?
It worked, but I didn't get any love. I mean, I didn't get to jump the line, and Tay and I are saying, well, the kids have to realize that life is like this. You do have to wait in lines. I said,
between the two of you, Jesus Christ,
really.
We'll be up there in a second.
No.
What is the move you do when you what's your best I don't want to get recognized move? Like you see a pack of people.
You mean I want to get recognized?
No, don't want to get recognized. Do you just do the head down?
Yeah, I kind of turn and look away, but sometimes my ass gets recognized.
It's been photographed a lot.
But it happened. I said this on I guess it was Fallon the other day. I was standing on a corner and I was waiting for Taya to pick me up on our motor scooter.
The Vespa.
Yeah.
You have a Vespa?
It's not actually a Vespa, but it's similar. It ain't a motorcycle. And she was late, and I was standing on the corner of Midtown, and I was being recognized. And then this van pulled over, and he was talking to the back of my head. He was like, David, and I didn't want it. So I looked away, and he was like, David. No, I wasn't going to be recognized. And then he pulls around the corner. And he goes, David, your show sucks.
If you just said hello, I would have been a fan.
Exactly.
You cock.
That's exactly
you
what it was.
Just say hi.
And I was like, well, your van is.
Needs a tune-up.
I got nothing.
You do that where you've been made. You ever do that? Like you turn your head and go, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
There it is. And a lot of times, like whoever I'm with at the time, if I'm with a girlfriend or something like that, they're like, I go, just been made.
Yeah.
And they go, what do you mean? I go, no, the guys in the corner there absolutely know who I am. They're going to come over. And they look, because you can see they look at you and their eyes get all weird, and then they turn to their friends and say something, and they all start like turning and looking.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm sure. I'm trying to relate what I go through to David Duchovny, by the way.
I was hoping you were going to call yourself out.
It's just, I understand it, David. Me and you, Dave. Yeah, I'm right with you.
Movie, TV fame, radio. You know, when they hear my voice. I clear my throat before my spaghetti. It's over. The whole room's just like, that's Anthony.
You ever get moved right to the back of a line? Back of the line.
Get out of here, you.
The worst one was I was in Chicago years ago. I was doing a movie in Chicago, and I got staying in a tall hotel with a long elevator ride, and I got in at some terrible hour, 4:30 in the morning, going to work. And this middle-aged couple was there, and they were exchanging glances, and I knew it was coming, and I didn't want it. It was 4:30 in the morning. And finally, the guy goes, "Good morning, doctor."
Why?
Yeah, right. And I said, "Wrong show, asshole." And I was like, and I guess he thought I was at that point. I thought he thought I was Noah Wiley or Juliana Margulies.
Yeah, probably. Juliana Margulies.
That's hilarious. They know you're famous, but they don't know what you are. Hey, great game on Sunday.
Yeah. My arm still hurts a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Doctor.
Do I have a doctor series coming up?
You ever do the preemptive strike when you know it's coming? You just go, yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Yes.
Or you ever just do the, I get that all the time. I'm not him.
I have denied myself.
Yeah,
How do you do that, though?
Judas action.
I feel
wow,
like
you look just like him.
I feel like an ass when I do that. I really do. It just never works for me.
Yeah, because you're a very specific look, too. You're not an easy guy.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's not a lot of guys going to be walking around looking exactly like that.
Yeah, who's that half Jew, half Scot? That guy.
Just tell him you drive a truck.
Yeah, what do you want from
I
me?
drive a truck.
I always say, know, that guy's like 4 foot tall.
Yeah, they put him on a box whenever they film him. Every time he walks to the girl, she's in a trench. It's hysterical.
Duchovny now, he's like 3'8".
Yeah, I heard that guy's a dick. Yeah. Just keep walking away.
I was in New York once, and he wouldn't even look at me.
He can't
I was
act.
in a van. Hey?
That guy sucks.
Then you should tell David what he could look forward to as far as his kids go.
What's the oldest, a boy or a girl?
Girl.
That's miserable. Right around, she's how old?
10.
10. You got 2 good years left, and the wheels will fall off, and it'll be nonstop misery. Everything will be fucking drama. There's never a, yeah, that was good. I took my daughter to see Springsteen the other night.
Yeah.
Right? So we're 14th row, center of the
14th row at
stage.
Springsteen.
What could go wrong at a
Jesus.
Springsteen concert?
How old is she?
Nothing. 24. Some girl behind her smacks her in the head. Next thing you know, a fucking full fist fight breaks out during Born to Run. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And so I turned around to try and calm it down. And this other father, who's maybe 50 years old, short, fat guy with glasses, if you're listening, sir, I would have fucking mauled you. I would have mauled you had you gotten through that fat fuck in front of you. And he comes. Oh,
He had
to
this in him. He is so mad.
Yeah. Oh, look, don't you get pissed off when someone's at your kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst. So he comes at me, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But my wife, who's 104 pounds, is separating me, and she's yelling at me like I'm the bad guy. I'm just trying to dance like a white guy at a Springsteen concert. And I got my daughter who can't take a simple smack in the back of the head. Probably an accident, probably a moment where someone got excited. No, that's just fucking all dramaed out at the fight. And then my 20-year-old, who's with us also, looks at me and goes, I'm calling security on you. I'm like, how the fuck am I the bad guy?
That kind of sounds like fun, getting into a big fight with your whole
it's
family.
not at a Springsteen.
That's a nice family bonding moment.
Actually, what you're saying is you should have been at the Giants game.
Yeah, the Jets game.
Yeah.
The Giants fans were okay. It's a Jets game where you wanted to beat the shit out of people.
And is the son still smoking pot?
No, he's doing stand-up comedy.
It's one of my
now.
favorite stories ever, where
Yeah.
he called the police on his own son, who was
Really?
smoking pot in the house.
Yeah, he was smoking
Tough
pot.
love, I
And
guess.
then in the end, it became a big problem for him because he had to pay for the lawyer for his son.
Cost me $5,400.
You are an ass.
It's
Why
one,
would you do
it's one of the great stories, though.
You know what? I forgot about that story. I never told you. I bailed him out.
Wait, can you
after
give David, you don't have to get way involved, but just give him the basics.
Why,
of the story.
had you spoken to him before? Or this is the first time you ever smoked pot in the house and you called the cops?
Yeah,
Well, he was
knee-jerk.
laying on his bed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm changing an infant in the next room, and he's smoking dope. And we live on a big piece of property. Any normal kid would have said, you know what, I'll just go walk out behind that weed. He won't even know. He's just laying on your fucking bed smoking dope. And
So
he had
you,
already,
you took issue with the placement of the smoking pot.
yeah, more than anything else, definitely. Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
I mean, how fucking lazy are you?
So he
I'm
wasn't.
changing an infant. He's doing lines on the other end of the table. It's like, come on. All right.
Bill.
We do it in the kitchen.
Like my father taught me.
Well, he also-
Go outside to smoke pot.
Show some respect.
Yeah. And he also had already dropped out of school. So, he dropped out of school. He's smoking dope. He's not going anywhere. And it's like off the cops.
Right.
And then I had to bail him out and then hire a lawyer and beat the case. But here's what I never told you.
You beat the case?
Yeah.
You
Well, because
testified against yourself?
I was the only exactly what happened. I wouldn't testify. And they're like, well, there's no witness now. And I'm like, I can't believe this cost me $5,000 to sit here and go, no, I'm not going up there. I don't recall anything. They got me on tape. He's smoking pot. Come get him. Not like I could deny my voice.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Matt Roloff. It wasn't me.
Midget voice.
So then here's what happened. After I bailed him out and the case got dismissed, your bail money gets released to you. You get to go get that. So he's the same name as me. I hope you didn't name your kid David.
No.
All right, smart move. So I go to get my bail money, and they go, oh, you already signed for your money. You applied it to your tickets. And I'm like, I don't have tickets. I don't have any tickets. And I go, oh, yeah, it is right here. And that little jerk off had tickets that he
bail
hadn't
money.
paid and used the fucking bail money to pay the tickets. The same name.
I think that shows a lot of ingenuity.
Yeah, that is really clever.
I didn't say he wasn't smart. I said he's annoying.
This could be a storyline for Californication. I'm thinking,
Well,
David.
when it started with the smoking pot in
Yeah,
the house,
smoking the pot thing, that could work.
First
You ever think
episode,
maybe
I
he's a
find my
better
daughter.
Yeah.
Ever think what?
Yeah, no, I'm telling Matt, you ever think he's like a better dad? Maybe, and maybe all these stories
maybe it
come
was
from
your
the fact
problem,
that
Vinny?
No.
you're a bad dad.
No, he doesn't know yet. They're only 10. 10 years, you have no fucking clue. At 10 years old, you still think shit is good. And you think that's the truth. I'm not even
But they're
trying
already
to be funny.
turning on you, Vinny.
What's that?
They're already turning on you.
At 10?
You jumped in to save your daughter, and your son tried to call security on you.
No, my 20-year-old tried to. My son didn't go to the concert. I bought him a ticket, and he didn't go. He didn't want to go.
So basically, once your child can start actually thinking and observing behavior, that's when they start turning on you.
That's when you want to get rid of them. Exactly right. When they start having a mind of their own, that's when it's miserable because anything you say, do your homework, I don't want to do my homework, and they're just an argument. It's a fucking nonstop battle. If you said breathe air, I'm not breathing today.
Well, they realize at one point that you can't actually force them to do anything.
Right.
Yeah,
because when they're young, they feel like you can force them.
You're not a yeller, right? You never yell.
No, I'll get annoyed, but I haven't. No, not sustained yelling. Maybe like a short barked syllable. I'll bark occasionally.
Right. The best move: just look at them and shake your head no, because it makes them think, and you just go and walk away. It took me a long time to learn that.
David's a grappler. He takes it to the ground, just chokes him out. he doesn't do a lot of talking.
I did have my son in a full Nelson yesterday, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but it was mostly in play, I think.
Mostly. I think. Just a little
reminder. A little reminder of who's boss.
Yeah, a little pack leader alpha male stuff.
Daddy, you're starting to hurt. Oh, I didn't mean that.
I just put the full weight on him, like a dog does. You know, just
Yeah.
There it is. I still run this joint.
Yeah, nip at his ears a little bit.
We got one of David Duchovny's biggest fans that work for the show. We're all fans, but we got one of your biggest fans, Mars. Mars is freaking out that David is here today. Yeah. But he can't say your name.
Which, the first or the second?
Well,
that would be, I can't say David.
Sam's getting him right now. Listen to this.
Hey, Mars, what's the name of the guy who stars on Californication?
David Duchovny?
Oh, jeez.
David Duchovny.
Yes.
And then Sam had him try to just read the name.
Duchovny?
Oh, hey. Hey, Mars.
Just read it, Mars.
I am David Duchovny.
Mars is right behind him.
I don't know. How do you say it?
Sam has weird hair.
Try it again. You got it.
David
looks nervous. He just looks nervous about what's about to happen.
My knee is
I don't
itching.
know, man. I gotta ask him.
How does he not know?
Well, you know, it's funny because this is another old. When we were doing the X-Files, we were shooting in downtown L.A. and it was kind of crossing the street. Downtown LA is a little like a ghost town. I don't know if you guys know, but it's not like downtown.
It's like 28 days.
Yeah, it's not like
yeah.
So we're crossing the street, just me and a bunch of guys who work on the show, and there's a homeless dude with his shopping cart, and he kind of pulls up next to me across the street and looks at me and he says, "Robert Duchovny." He says, "Robert Duchovny, I love all your series."
Robert Duchovny.
I'm not him.
Oh,
that's not me.
Where's Mars? Mars.
I love all your series.
Robert Duchovny.
Mars falls apart when he's on the air with us.
Oh, look at you. He's all starstruck.
He's already nervous.
He's one of our engineers.
You can call me Duchovny.
Yeah. Duchovny. I love all your series. That's brilliant.
Mars,
the guy was probably so sure of himself too, right?
Yeah.
Robert Duchovny.
He loved me.
Mars, Mars, are you a big fan or what?
Very big fan.
But
Thanks,
you can't
Mars.
say his name?
I have difficulties with his name.
All right, try it now.
No disrespect.
I understand.
David Duchovny?
Wow.
You did that one already.
Why?
You did that one already. Try it another way.
All right.
Why?
The one that initially
Olympia Dukakis?
I initially said Duchovny.
Yeah, no, that's what you just said.
Right?
Not initially. That's all you've been saying.
Okay. I also said
Initially and keep going.
Yeah.
I also said Duchovny.
Oh, like douche.
Douche. You never want to douche in there.
No.
Well, that's interesting because my father took the H out because he was tired of being called Duchovny. But he never did it legally, so when my parents divorced, we actually put the H back in. But he spelled his name Ducovny, which is Duchovny. No,
wow,
it's Duchovny.
Of course it is. Duchovny.
So you're not alone in calling me a douche.
Well, look him right in the eye when you say the name. I want to see you get nervous. Look him right in the eye.
No, Mars has a way of asking a question live on the show. He's really good when it comes to UFC stuff and David Duchovny. So what do you want to ask David today?
Oh, man.
Look at him freaking out.
Just shuffling the weight between each foot.
Where does the name Mars come from?
Marcelino.
Oh, Marcelino.
It's short for
That's nice.
Marcelino.
That's nice.
We couldn't figure that out.
You guys didn't know that.
It's short for Marcia.
We didn't know that
I really love your show.
Thank you.
But I have a problem with pronouncing the show too. So
Wait, what's the name of the show?
Californication.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah?
That's
fine.
it.
Of course
That's
enough.
it. That's it.
All right.
That's
I've,
it.
been, I've been practicing for the past half hour.
Now,
That's
what's my name?
You got it now. You got it.
David Duchovny.
What is the matter? What?
No.
Novocaine?
No.
What's the matter with you?
No.
What do you take out of your phone? What do you got, an app that says?
No, if I could
the
read
company
it.
app.
All right, if you can read it.
If I can read it, perhaps I can pronounce it better.
Yeah, you will.
Read.
All right, read.
Wait.
You keep pronouncing it the same way. You just pause at different moments for saying cock. It's the same pronunciation.
All right, let me find this.
Come on, Mars, you can do this.
Paging Dr. Freud.
Isn't it odd to have this kind of effect on people? It's just an odd thing. I
honestly don't think it's me. I think it's the name.
He's freaking out though.
He pronounces everything else fine.
Why does he have to scroll so far to see my name? What's going on over there?
I don't know. I'm looking for Steve's email.
Mars, go ahead.
You can do it.
Here, it's in big letters here.
Yeah, let me get.
All right.
There you go.
All right, now.
Yes, that's it.
Big fan of his. Let's see how you pronounce
Look
his
at the
name.
paper shaking. Look at the paper shaking.
David Duchovny?
Get out of here.
You are just a wreck.
No, wait a minute. I could get this.
You are a mess.
Look at the paper.
Yeah, it's shaking.
You guys are no help.
David's uncomfortable in the corner now.
I know. It's just horrid.
Come on.
David Duchovny.
No. Something's happening.
Cacophony.
No.
Can someone say it once for me?
David Duchovny.
Say it once.
David Duchovny.
Duchovny.
There you go.
David Duchovny.
There you
Yes, you got it.
Right.
All right.
Finally.
Now do something for 15 seconds and try it again. Or now say it again.
We'll come
Now
back
say
here.
it again, right?
Now, who you like, the Jets or the Giants?
The Cox.
What's his name?
Knew it.
Summer school, son.
What a
Well,
mess.
why don't you ask him a question, though?
Ask him a question.
Yeah.
This
About
season,
Californication or... Yeah.
this season in Californication, are you gonna? I'm lost, man.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know,
It's all right.
This is great. He's
What, you want him to give out the last
What
episode?
do you want to see? What do you
well,
like?
I want you to get that chick back that stole your story.
My
She's
Mia.
a
Mia.
little-
Good old
yeah,
Mia.
yeah. Well, she comes back this year.
The character is.
Yes.
The character is.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
You don't know her personally, right, Mark?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No. No, Madeline
weren't
Zima.
sure.
Madeline Zima is the actress. Can you say that? Madeline Zima.
Madeline Zima.
Yeah, yeah. She's the actress. She's terrific. She does come back this year. You'll get more of her.
No, but do you get your
My revenge?
Yes.
In a manner of speaking, I do. It is a
give it
storyline
away.
that
These are great questions. Can you tell me exactly what's going to happen? So there's no reason to watch it.
Mars, she had a nice body, right?
She's
First time she got naked on the
Yeah, she's
Californication,
sexy
huh?
girl. Very sexy girl. Yeah. You're quite a character, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sure he thinks the same to you.
Do you write yourself in
No.
like that?
No. That's I don't do any of the writing.
That's pretty nice, man.
Yeah.
You're one gigolo.
Is it funny?
Very funny,
Yeah.
very good. It hits. I'm about your age, I guess.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to talk about that.
All right. I'm 40 and I have kids and stuff and all the stuff that you.
Wow, is he freaking
If you ever do a play called David Duchovny Stuck in an Elevator, like this would literally be the conversation.
This is like a Chris Farley moment.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Yeah, remember we did that? That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's hot in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a mess.
Yeah.
That's it about Californication?
Yeah, that's all I have.
That's cool, Mars. I appreciate it.
See,
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I didn't know I was coming in here for this, so
Oh, really?
You weren't prepared.
I would have prepared.
All right.
Charlie Rose.
That's right.
He thought he was coming in for Charlie Cock.
All right, Mars, you're off the hook.
Yeah, all right, get out of here. Maniac.
Thanks, Mars.
Jesus Christ.
He's great on the air. Just unbelievable.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Well, have we plugged what night of the week?
Oh, Sundays at 10 on Showtime.
Sundays at 10 on Showtime. Thank you.
10 Showtime.
I couldn't trust that to Mars. Could I?
No. Sunday on cock time.
Cock o'clock.
10 o'clock.
What does Mars do here?
He's an engineer.
He's actually the engineer. He keeps all this stuff running.
Really?
It's like spinning plates.
He's smarter than us.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about that.
He's on a
whole thing.
different wavelength.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all that energy that normally goes into remembering people's names goes into equipment and maintenance and stuff. So, yeah, it's much better that way. Why don't we let
we'll take a
David
break. Yeah,
go?
I'm sure you're a busy man, David, right?
Probably
not today.
Promoting.
Oh, well.
No, you're not promoting anything
I'm
today?
promoting. No. I just wanted to come here and do this.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I like you guys.
Well, he might be here when we get back, if he wants to.
Yeah.
If he's gone, then you know he didn't want to.
I just
David
screwed
Duchovny's,
myself.
If he's gone, he's David Duchovny.
I think we could call him a friend of the show. Californication, Sundays at 10 on Showtime. We'll continue. You missed it, Bill.
That's awesome.
They remixed your Swedish thing. Bill Burr was in Sweden doing a little stand-up there, David. David Duchovny still in studio. Californication, Sundays at 10 on Showtime. And check this little figure out. Ratings were up 57% from last year's numbers.
Ooh. Yes.
You don't even have to be here to promote with numbers like that.
Well, I attribute it to you, to the
Ah.
show, to the fact that I was going to come on.
You guys were talking music over there, Bill?
Well,
Yeah, just drums. I was just saying, if you want to learn how to play an instrument, all you got to do is just go onto YouTube and literally whatever. If you have guitar song you want to learn how to play, you just type in the song and you just write guitar lesson, and you'll find some creep out there who'll show you how to play it.
Some creep.
Oh, they're all creeps. And then everybody
Have a video
says,
on the web,
you're
you're a
playing it
creep."
wrong. This guy sucks. Epic fail. And all that dumb shit. It's fucking annoying. And then they never have the balls to put a video up themselves.
Right.
what is epic fail?
You don't know the epic fail
Yeah,
yet?
yeah. It's one of those things when somebody, just fails at doing something.
It's an epic.
I guess somebody wrote it the first time, and then everybody has the exact
There's a
same
whole site,
criticism.
there's a whole website. The guy has a site for just fail. It's either fail.com or they're hysterical.
Failblog.org or
something like that.
Yeah, well, you basically they got this website like failblog. something or other.
It's all people just fucking up.
Yeah,
failing
people
at
getting hit in the
whatever.
balls.
Failing at whatever, right.
Drinking glass of water, fail. Like cuts his mouth open. It's like every fucking thing you could possibly fail at.
And 5,000 shots of guys getting hit in the nuts.
That was great.
I was writing a check and the pen tap hit me in the balls. It's vicious.
Yeah, but that's funny
Check
every
writing,
time. Though.
fail.
It
Epic.
is.
Ball shots are funny every time.
Yeah, that was that
Every
joke.
time.
That's a joke that bombed when I did the Tonight Show. The first one I opened with was talking about watching people getting bit by poisonous snakes.
Now that's
and that
funny.
was the punchline. That's what you get, you dumb bitch. And everybody's looking at me like I'm a maniac. But
You're mean.
Yeah.
That comedian's mean. This is the Jay Leno show. Why is he so mean?
No, people getting attacked by animals.
He should do Kimmel.
People getting attacked by animals is the greatest way to truly understand their power, because if a lion attacks another lion, it's even.
Yeah.
I want to see what if
Have you
I
ever
walked
seen
in there.
You ever seen the moose trample the guy to death in front of like 20 people? There's a moose trapped in a fence. So everybody's outside the fence. Let's watch the moose. It's inside this little corral, however I got in there. And just one guy, I got to be closer to the moose.
Dr. Doolittle.
And he knocks him over.
Doolittle, yeah.
And he just fucking stomps on him until he's dead. And everyone's got their cell phones out there doing this. And now it's on YouTube.
Of course you're going to do that.
Moose rescue, epic fail. Like that's basically how it works.
He thought he was Bullwinkle.
Yeah, that's what they do. They get this misconception that these animals are friendly for some reason. They can walk up to them.
Yeah.
And one of the best ones I ever saw was a woman. I guess it was in Russia, where they just treat bears horribly. Make them ride the bicycle. I don't want to do this.
Their paws are nailed to the fucking pedals.
Yeah. And then they put a muzzle on this one. Thank God, because this woman is sitting next to this bear, and she looks at it, and the bear kind of looks at her. And just grabs her and belts her 3 times in the face. She falls over, and you could just see the strength of this thing.
Oh,
and if it didn't have the muzzle on, it
was
dead.
Yeah.
Epic bear pet fail.
You ever see the lion eat the father? And there's a
What?
Yeah, you go on. This is an easy one to find on YouTube. There's a family.
Just type in lion eat father.
Yeah, sure, it's on there.
There it is. And the
Lion
father
fail.
And you can learn how to play it on guitar too.
Yeah, that's a new song. Yeah.
That's a great one. The lion, he gets out to take a picture of a lion. They're in a car. They're on a safari. And when he gets out, this female lion just walks up behind him. Gentle as could be. She pushes him down on the ground. And then they all just eat him. And the family's in the car.
Cannot be real.
It's real.
Everybody says that one's fake.
Yeah, that's a fake.
Who says
one.
it's fake?
Everybody.
Pull it up and watch it.
Fake, totally fake.
I don't know. That's fake.
I love that. Fake, totally fake. Your dick, totally fake.
You can see the edit.
Yeah, it's good. You pay attention to any of the critics on the internet? You got,
no, because
like
it's hard to not remember awful things that people say.
Yeah,
it's easy to forget nice things.
Very good point. Yeah.
So I try and stay away. Sometimes it's not possible, but
I've been in battles with people that, and then I go, why am I doing this?
Why are you wasting
Why
time?
am I doing this?
Here's
because
what you have to
They're not
know.
going to change their
I just
mind.
think whoever the worst somebody will say, some voice inside me will say, they're right.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Really?
You know what you have to know?
They figured it out.
Doesn't matter.
Damn it! They're on to me.
It doesn't matter what you do. Someone's going to find a problem with it. You cure cancer and something. That's the fucking worst cure for cancer ever. Fucking jerk off. Anyone could have done that. Anyone with a typewriter can weigh in now. That's
Cure
the
fail.
Yeah.
With the typewriter? How old are you?
Typewriter.
Everyone with the typewriter.
Jump fail.
And then my 50-year-old
Jump
kid.
epic fail.
Vinny typewriter fell. Fucking Vinny.
Yeah, anonymity
And you were
is the
killing
problem.
too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
people don't have to be responsible for looking you in the eye and saying something.
Yeah,
Because
used
that's
to-
a real human thing. And when you're not doing that, when you can just hide under the cover of darkness or internet.
Always complain about that. It's like there's no accountability. People can say whatever they want. I think a lot of people get facts from the internet just because it's written and it's typed and it's a nice font and it has maybe a sporty looking website, and then you're like, oh, it's got to be true.
My son, years ago, the internet just comes out, he's doing a homework assignment, and he has to do a report on lions, and he's got a picture of a tiger on this fucking report. I go, Vinny, that's a tiger. And he goes, no, I got that off the internet. That's a lion. I got that from lion.com. I'm like, you fucking jerk off. That's a tiger.
It was
and
under not a lion.
This is what he said to me. I'm not making this up. I go, Vinny, does it look like a tiger? He goes, yeah. He goes, but these people on the internet are a lot smarter than me and you.
That's why he's smoking pot now.
Report fail.
That's why they, but somebody writes something in a blog and like the news will even pick it up sometimes, and it's totally fake. It's false, and then they got to. We're sorry, we were misled and stupid.
Yeah, but
we googled that.
Then
They
you
got a
can't put
video.
it back in the bottle, though.
No. A lot of times a rumor will just get out like that. Yeah.
But some people go on there and they're just trying to when somebody just like totally loves somebody or loves a video, it is funny to write something bad about it.
Just to see
oh
how
my god, that
pissed
puppy is so cute. I hope he gets rabies. And they'd be like, that is so mean. And then you can just get them going. It's like you're bored. You just want to piss people
it's
off.
fun to do.
Yeah.
It's like the prank call of now.
And people
You can
want to
just
read the
fuck with
bad shit.
people.
They don't want to read the good shit. They want to read that one comment that says 500 good things and that sucked, and that's what they read.
Had it so many times though, where there used to be so many message boards about this show and stuff and then we just stopped acknowledging them for a while. Still go to a few of them and stuff, and I think they've settled down a lot more than they used to. But it was just you'd get on there and you'd feel good about what you did that day, and then you just be like, you read one post, it's like, they used to be so much better back when they did this, and Anthony used to do this, and then list like these imitations I used to do of everyone that's dead now. It's like, sorry, I can't help it that every imitation I was able to do in my life, they're all dead now.
His Monica Lewinsky was amazing.
yeah. So what am I going to do? Sorry, I can't go, well, yes. Sorry, Reagan's dead. Now it's like on his birthday, when a Nancy Reagan story comes up, then I can pull Reagan
You got to
out.
work on your Obama impression.
Yeah, I think I've been doing that. He's got a kind of a staccato cadence to his speech.
Let me hear that.
No, I'm not ready for it yet.
Okay.
Not ready for it yet,
prime
David.
time.
Okay.
David Duchovny.
I apologize.
He was so nervous. Mars couldn't take being in the same room.
Bring him back in.
He was
made me
freaking
nervous.
out. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he make you like?
Thought he was going to take a swing at me or something.
he would. He's a martial artist.
I saw that. I saw that on his T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's how you know. That's
You
how
know by reading the T-shirt.
Yeah.
That maybe
you know that he's at least a yellow belt.
Yeah, there's something about his build and his haircut. You can tell he's not just a fan.
Yeah.
Like if I put on a UFC shit, be like, oh, he likes it. He pays for the pay-per-view.
Do you do anything like as far as
fighting,
protection, fighting, things like that?
I boxed for a while.
Did you?
I haven't done it for a while because I screwed up my hand, but I actually had a couple of fights, with gloves on.
Really?
Shit. Yeah.
Did you win?
That's a nasty sport.
I think I was 0-1-1.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't like getting punched. It hurts.
No,
it makes you feel silly.
Well,
yeah, but we're gonna do this for fun.
I'm
It's
like
a sport.
I'm like the thinking man's boxer, which means like I get hit and I think, what am I doing?
Yeah, why am I in here?
I don't need to do this.
Yeah, I'm
be an
thinking
actor.
too much in here. I'm thinking I shouldn't be in here.
Exactly.
And it was it's funny. It's a sport. Well, I think like most sports, they're very hard to take up when you're older. If you didn't do it as a kid, especially these instinctual games, which most sports are, and boxing is just it's a lot like dancing, except you're getting hit while you're doing it. And
Except
it's
your
just,
partner's really mad at you.
Still how I dance.
That's the way I used to think of it. It's like here we are dancing, and occasionally we're going to try and hit one another. And you just never stop thinking when you take it up old. You never stop thinking left, right, and you just never get that good.
After all that beating up, do you do the whole hug? Good match.
There's a lot of love after that because the truth is you can't actually have a fight unless somebody agrees to fight you. So you have respect and gratitude for that person for giving you the chance to get hit.
Great.
I didn't hug anybody at Springsteen.
Somebody gave me great advice. I did that for a minute. Like, you just like, look at these boxers. They're shredded. I'm going to go to Gleason's gym and start boxing. And Charlie Murphy, I told him I was going down there to do it. And he goes, well, listen. He goes, if somebody tells you, he goes, they're going to try to get you in the ring because they need fresh meat down there. He goes, I'm telling you, it's like he was like saw the future. He goes, you're going to be there for about 3 weeks, and he's like, yo, someone's going to come up on you and start saying, yo, you're kind of nice in there. You ought to get in there. And literally that's what happened. I'm the whitest dude ever, like, and this shredded black dude's like, yeah, man, you got some skills. You do comedy? You'd never know that. You should get in the ring. He just needs to practice some shit that he's not ready to do in a pro yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be able to block it. Like, what happens if I do this? Yeah. It's like,
he'd look at you and you'd start bleeding, by the way.
Yeah.
You look like a bleeder.
All us Irish guys.
You would just cut so easy.
But you never quit.
Yeah.
If you can't do anything for yourself, you're still coming. Don't stop what you stopping for.
Yeah.
Fucking nose is over by your ear.
You ever see those fights with like that real Irish guy and a black guy, and the Irish guy is just covered in blood.
Bit of a bleeder.
Oh, Tex Cobb.
And the black guy looks like
Chuck Webner, right?
He's fresh out of the
Old
locker
school
room.
boxer, Chuck Webner.
Chuck Webner, I remember.
Tex Cobb, bleeder.
But white guys look so much worse when they bleed.
Tex
Getting
Cobb
out of
could
there.
fight,
White
yeah.
Jerry Quarry would never quit.
Jerry Quarry was a great fighter.
He
Great
was,
fighter.
yeah. But he just had he had the problem of when he came up, there were so many great guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had to fight.
He was also a little small. He was like a light heavyweight, and he was fighting.
What about Jerry Cooney?
Cooney had skills.
Looney Cooney.
From Huntington.
Peter
Another Huntington
McNeely.
boy.
Used to see him. McNeely was
Peter
another one. Yeah, up in
He used to do our radio show.
Peter
Bill.
McNeely.
He fought Tyson. He fought Tyson.
David just goes, no. No.
I mean, he could kick my ass in 10 seconds.
But no.
Yeah, he got to fight Tyson, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Tyson in his prime.
You ever have to get into any altercations, though? Because, you and Tail walking around.
No, not in a long time.
Yeah?
No.
They leave you alone?
Yeah.
What about paparazzi?
Yeah, they're around.
Yeah?
Sure. Yeah, they
Do
tend
you fuck
to,
with them, or you just like, you let them do what they're going to do? Or?
Yeah, I guess you just have to let them do it. I suppose it's legal. But what they do now is when they have a video camera, they'll ask really nasty things. And then, then you're not, I don't react, but I guess then they can play it because the audio is them asking really nasty things. And that's amusing.
It kind of, it kind of makes
then your
them
reaction to how much of that, like some of that stuff, like with like the paparazzi, how much of that is like Because you hear sometimes stars tell them where they're gonna be, like,
holy shit.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking, just because, like, there's like some like super famous people, like you never see like whatever Steve Buscemi, you never see him coming out of a Starbucks wearing Uggs, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and it's just like they're the paparazzi, they're not the CIA.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, but it's like they're the paparazzi, they're not the CIA. Like, at what level do you get to where then you can't control it anymore?
You can never control it, but it was funny because this summer we were in Malibu. And we go to this beach all the time because I was shooting the show, and I get uptight when they take pictures of my kids. But there's nothing you can do. And they published some picture of me in the surf with Tay and the kids, and it was a really nice picture. And I was like, let's get that one framed.
Saving some money here on family photographs.
That's our Christmas card.
Because normally one of us would have to be holding the camera. So, hey, we got a group shot here. We don't have many of those.
You don't tip them off, though. Like, if you're doing the show, you let them know you're shooting, right? They know you're going to be shooting in a location or whatever.
You mean on a location? No, that's public knowledge. They can find out. They can call whatever the bureau is that takes care of locations.
But you don't want your publicist to call you, come get shots from People magazine?
No.
No?
Some of the stars do that, though. No.
They have to.
They play along with the
I tell people nonstop. No one shows up.
No one would give a shit.
We got the Peter McNeely fight on the screen. That's what I was
is that
reacting
what you're laughing
to.
at?
Oh my God, he barely lasted 2 minutes in there with Tyson.
Yeah,
he got his
minute
ass
20, I
handed
think.
to him.
It's coming up right here. Watch what Tyson does to McNeely.
Let's see this one.
Gave him a nice headbutt there.
Tyson.
Yeah, watch what Tyson does.
Oh yeah. God, those were the old days with Tyson.
Good night.
Jesus. Don't get up. Stay down, Hurricane.
Look at him.
He got right back up, though.
Yeah, did he? Look at his eyes. Fail. Boxing fail. Epic boxing fail.
Yo, that's a great ref right there. He's just like, no, you're going to get killed.
Look at Bob Kelly. Bob Kelly's talking to the guy.
Dude, you know, man, you lasted 2 minutes, dude.
You're done with the fight. You get a cup of coffee. Boom, you're done.
It's Bob Kelly. It kind of looks like him.
Fucking
Jesus Christ. What
Dude,
happened?
we're in Vegas. We're going to have a good time. Dude.
Yeah, that was in the... God damn.
That was 95.
You didn't give a shit that you paid for pay-per-view and knew you weren't even getting 3 minutes out of the pay-per-view. You just wanted to see Tyson come barreling out of a corner and destroy somebody.
I gave a shit about that one. That was a bad one to get.
Well, that one was, but you got it, or at least you went to a friend's
I
house
got
to
all
watch
of them. I got
it.
the Michael Spinks one,
Yeah.
where he punched his pancreas, and he hit him in the body, and the fight was over.
The problem with that, I knew that fight was over because Spink showed up with the tube socks that I wore in 8th grade basketball. It's like he got those from Paragon. I know he did.
That's not good.
He's going to wear those home. It's obvious he's not going to get him sweaty.
Wow, Muhammad Ali was already a little slow. 1988. They just showed him in the ring with giant glasses and a young Donald Trump in the ring, too.
Good joke. Forget how long ago this crap was.
1988.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, that's one of the best DVDs you'll ever get, or compilation like the YouTube was still just
check out
the Tyson
his socks
knockouts.
When
they
check
go down.
out Spinks'
Yeah.
socks later on. I'm telling you, it's 8th grade basketball.
This is just really amazing how you can mention something now and then just watch it.
Yeah.
Like years ago, you were just fucked. Hey, remember that? Yeah. Mental picture, mental picture, mental picture. Now it's like, boom, you pop it right up on the screen.
That was the same with movies when they had to stay out in the theater to see
movies. Or remember,
back in the day, if you missed a movie, you missed it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll come on 6 years.
5 years, you might see it on TV. You know, a CBS world premiere movie,
Star Wars.
Yeah, but it would take years to get on TV. And then the other thing was when you're like, what was that actor's name in that movie? And you toil over it for days sometimes. And now you're like, IMDb.
Yeah.
Boom, this,
Duchovny.
All right. It was David Duchovny was in that.
You know what I found the other day? Late night, I'll be on YouTube, and I don't know, you just start remembering stuff from your childhood. I found the clip where the $6 million man fights the $7 million man, and he punched his face off. He punches his face off. His face falls off, and there's all these wires.
$7 million man was paid by Ted Williams.
He punches his face off, and then conveniently, the guy.
I didn't know there was a $7 million.
No, I didn't know either. I know
great.
he fought Bigfoot.
No, he fought the $7 million man. That was a big thing. Like, oh my God, this guy's worth $1 million more. How's he gonna beat him? It was like the new iPhone was fighting the old one, and he punches his face off, and the guy's like, it's coming at him, and it just conveniently happens to be a steel girder from a skyscraper there, and he impales him with it. It's awesome. No, wait, I didn't find it up. I made a reference to it on my podcast, and then within 20 minutes, somebody sent me the link.
Yeah, that's great.
And they had it up there. Dude, and I was trying to explain to somebody younger, you got to understand, there was no cable. There was no internet. You have. This blew my fucking mind when I was 6 years old. Someone will find it. One of your listeners.
It really is something though, because anything you could bring up
right
anything and remember something like God. Whenever we wanted to watch that Archie Bunker clip about when he's talking about handing out guns to prevent hijackings and then collecting the guns back, and then bam, there it was on the any clip from a show. It just really is amazing.
And David was right about the Michael Spinks tube socks.
Yeah,
they were they were way up to his freaking knees.
He doesn't look like a boxer.
No.
No, he didn't fight like one either in that fight. Wow.
Ew.
Pancreas. Oh, there it is. The $7 million man.
He found it.
Are you kidding me?
Watch, he's going to punch his face off.
He's gonna oh, it's a promo for a toy.
Oh,
wait a minute. That's the picture. Here it is.
Oh, that music is horrible.
Okay, the guy on the left is worth $7 million.
He doesn't look it.
He doesn't look like he's in shape for $7 million.
For $7 million,
Oh, it's that guy.
his arms should bend.
Yeah, we've seen that guy.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, for $7 million, his arms should bend.
This is the longest fight ever.
That guy was in the Andromeda strain.
Here he goes.
Where's his?
There goes his face.
Oh, damn.
Look how lame the face is. You should get something better for $7 million.
Oh, no.
That gave me nightmares.
There's barely any wiring back
There's
there.
a steel girder.
But they're in the middle of nowhere.
They're in the middle of...
Why is the steel girder in the middle of nowhere? They're in the desert.
Watch this. Oh, he impales him.
Wow.
Oh, no. He's not coming back from that. $7 million fail.
Shot to shit.
Epic fail. No face fail.
I hope he was insured.
Oh, he picks up the face.
But the face looked pliable when it was on him.
Yeah. And now it's not moving.
It's got rigor now.
That's the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen.
Wow.
People watched that show?
Oh, dude, it was incredible.
That show was huge.
I hope they're not YouTubing the X-Files like that.
Out of context.
Oh my God! Look how lame.
Remember when
that
David
is.
Duchovny?
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, that's hysterical, though. How bad was television?
Don't they owe you money, don't they, David?
Who?
The X-Files?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Well, you better check.
I got some wrong info then.
That was a while ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
they-
old school.
Yeah.
You guys figured that one out.
By the way, one of my favorites.
We did.
Oh, on the
clips.
second run when you got the $11 check, you're like, yeah, I think it should be a little higher than that.
One of my favorite clips though of X-Files when you got that goop all over you and that underground thingy and you said something like you're ready to lose your cool demeanor or something.
Oh yeah, that was early on.
Yeah,
that was early on.
That was a good clip though, very
there was
funny.
Some bodily fluid.
Yeah.
that I didn't want on me.
They didn't want on me, of course. Oh, this is when he fights Bigfoot, and we found out that's Andre the Giant in the suit.
I think we're still arguing over that point. Is it definitely Andre?
We checked IMDb.
Yeah, it's
gotta
Andre.
be true.
He's credited as.
All right, he is credited
as being Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And why are they watching that? Why wouldn't you have a square TV? Like, I can understand this is supposed to be futuristic, but the TV's very inconveniently diamond shaped.
That's a weird shape. Yeah,
it's not a good aspect ratio.
I would have loved to see them shooting the shit in between takes.
Well, I'm telling you,
dressed as Sasquatch with his legs crossed.
We had a couple times where, again on the X-Files, because we would have had stuff like this, but there was an episode where later in the run where I had to fight it was all the repressed stuff from this perfect community that was going into the sewers, and it had created this horrible being because everybody was acting perfectly and repressing.
I remember that one.
And this thing comes out of the shit monster, basically. comes out of the... And he's the return of the repressed. He's killing people in this perfect community because they're not dealing with their, desires as humans or whatever the point was. But anyway, it's building to the climax of this horrible shit monster that I'm going to have to throw down with, right? So we get to that point, and there are people around watching us film. And this guy comes out, this poor guy. He's a big guy, not like Andre the Giant, but a big guy in a suit. And he looked as bad as that $6 million stuff. And then I had to act like I was afraid of him in front of people, and that hurt my feelings. But the director was really angry because he had thought that the creature was going to look tougher and scarier.
Yeah.
But he actually said, and this is a classic line, and I'm sure it'll get beeped. But he said,
No, we're on satellite.
He said, that guy doesn't look scary. He looks like the man who fucked Mrs. Butterworth. That's what he kind of looked like. He was a glass bottle full of maple syrup.
Wow.
So I had to act scared of the man who looked like he fucked Mrs. Butterworth.
And did he say within earshot of the guy who was dressed up that way?
He probably knew he looked like shit.
The guy had, he had so much latex on him. I don't think he could hear anything, and he couldn't really move. He was slow moving. Like when I would watch the horror movies when I was a kid, I was terrified of Dracula because he had moves and he was slick. He could fly. He was quick. But Frankenstein, I always thought I could get away.
I could probably run.
Guy moved 1 mile an hour.
Backpedal.
Frankenstein and the Mummy.
Yeah, the Mummy's stupid.
But the werewolf and Dracula, I had to give up. They had me.
they nailed you. Yeah.
We got a couple people on the phone. Graham in Pennsylvania. What's up? Talking to David Duchovny from California.
Hi, Graham.
Hey, I got a question for David Duchovny there.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to know, as an actor, can you still like watch a movie or a TV show and be affected emotionally, or do you just see people working?
Well, that's a good question. I both. Depends on. I try to. I want to enjoy other people's work in movies and television and stuff, and sometimes it's hard to distance yourself from the fact that you know how it's made and everything like that. But a great piece of work is still going to be moving and funny and that. So I would hope so, because I want to enjoy stuff as much as anybody.
What have you liked recently? Anything out there that was gotcha?
Let's take a no on that one.
Well,
I think we just knocked his face off. There was that one show.
There is something, but I'm not remembering. I do like stuff. I
like stuff. Yeah. But how often do you sit there and you're looking at something going, oh, God, that's like a 3-day shoot. He's got to wear that
Or you ever do, yeah.
It's mostly when I watch my stuff and when old stuff comes on, like old X-Files stuff, I'll go, oh man, I had such bad gas during that.
Really remember those little moments?
It's like watching home movies.
Yeah.
I go, oh yeah, I had the lasagna that day. Yeah, I remember that. That was 4 a.m. That shot. Look at that. I'm asleep. Look at that.
You watch stuff and just think, oh, that guy's a hack.
Yes. I watch it with my wife, and she's always very kind, because I honestly believe that I'm like a slow builder, learner in this business, and when I started, I was green and I sucked, and I was lucky enough to get to go to work every day for 9 years and get better. But we'll look at old stuff and I'll say, oh my God, that guy up there, that guy is horrible.
You really noticed that big a difference between the first few X-Files and like the end of the...
it's different because I think I had a lot of energy and I really wanted to do well, and there's a certain kind of eagerness.
Yeah, the character almost had that in him.
And I think that works.
Yeah.
But in terms of skill or competence or craft, is horrible.
And then like you got into directing also, which now. Yeah. That obviously learned just watching directors?
Yeah. Well, watching, just being on set and and seeing that you can do it. That I guess the most important thing to learn as a director is you don't have to know everybody else's job. You just have to hire people that are good at their jobs and let them do their job. At first I thought, I got to know how to light, I got to know how to do craft service, I got to know how to do everything, but you don't. You just have to hire good people.
Yeah, because anytime I've watched people doing a shoot, it's like the director kind of, I don't know, other people are doing everything, and the director's just kind of like
taking a look at it. Yeah, that looks good.
It looks good. Let it roll.
Let's move on to the next one.
You just have to work on saying action really commanding. Like
and making
action.
The director's big job is taking credit.
Rolling with the iron fist.
Everybody wants to talk to David. Let's go to Mark in Philly. Mark.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, man.
Mark.
Hey, David, I just realized that you've been on the show for pretty much an hour, which went by really quick. And I just wanted to say you're fucking awesome on the show. We all enjoy you, and hopefully we can hear more of you in the months and years to come. Good luck with Californication.
Thanks a lot. You know, when I directed a movie years ago called House of D, and we went down to the Philadelphia Film Festival, and I really hadn't been down to Philly ever, and I really enjoyed it down there. So thank you for that.
Philly is pretty unique as a city. It's one of those kind of standout cities.
Yeah.
Oh, they're animals down there. They really are just brutal.
Yeah.
There's two Phillies. There's the nice Philly, and then there's the outside.
And evil Philly.
Yeah. This is nice. That's Ben Franklin's first pair of glasses. Stab.
What about the
I know,
frame
it's
of his
so
house?
quaint in so many areas.
What about the frame of his old house? It's not even his house anymore.
Oh, Ben
It's like
Franklin's
this
house?
is sort of what it looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like posts
And
and,
then
a
you-
fake roof
and then
with
you-
just sticks.
And then
it's
you
like,
walk
yeah,
and they're like, well, this part was the kitchen. But
Yeah.
there's nothing there.
Nothing there.
Now they're digging up George Washington's house.
Well,
and-
we all know Franklin ordered out a lot. He didn't.
He didn't even cook. You can tell. Yeah, that's it. It's like, what the fuck
That's
is
it.
that?
He ordered from ye old California Pizza Kitchen.
That is one of the worst tourist attractions I've ever seen in my life.
Horrible.
Did it burn down, or they just didn't think enough to
It was
save his
old.
house?
Yeah, I don't think they knew back then.
a
It's like,
gigantic bifocal house.
we're taking down Franklin's house tomorrow. Who gives a shit?
Right.
You know, and then a couple of hundred years goes by, and you're like, oh, maybe we should.
Why'd you do that?
Should have saved that.
Could have made some money off of it.
Let's go to Mike in Lindenhurst. Mike.
Hey, I just wanted to ask David, what was it like to be the FBI agent in drag on Twin Peaks and how he got that role?
Oh, that's going way
going
back.
way fucking
yeah.
back.
Damn.
That role was, I believe, originally written for James Spader, who for some reason couldn't do it when it came time to shoot it. So they just sent out this big casting call. I hadn't really done much at the time. And I went in, and I remember bringing a nail file into the audition, like that was going to be my drag. And somehow I got it.
This is going to be great.
Yeah. I was one of those young actors. Nail file.
Yes.
Method. I'm brilliant.
Yes,
And
put
then
it
I
over the
didn't even
top.
use it. I just kind of held it like a ice cream stick the whole time.
You walk in, there's 10 guys online with nail files.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
So I got it, and then I nared my legs. That was an interesting experience. We nared my legs in the trailer. And I remember I was working out at a gym at that point in West Hollywood.
Ooh.
And I remember going in with what I was referring to as fur shorts at that point.
Oh, because you only had to nair up to a certain
Exactly.
point.
It was a bad look.
Yeah, especially at a gym.
Yeah, especially at that gym. And
Oh, shit.
From here up, I'm all man.
That's you?
Wow. David's like, oh, no.
Now you're sad it's radio.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God.
That's hysterical.
Go to the legs, though.
You're a good-looking broad.
I think I know why James Spader wasn't available.
Yeah, James Spader went, what?
I had a good personality.
Wow. That is hysterical.
It was a great character. The idea was that I was a DEA agent that had gone undercover drag to make a bust and liked it. So I stayed. Is that the only clip you have?
With your bedroom eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really kind of a nice entrance there. I had no idea. Look at that.
At that point, I remember just getting a call to play a transvestite. I got the sides. They semed very. What's this? This is me telling the story.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that you just told on
Sorry to repeat myself.
Well, it's weird. You kind of look like Linda Hamilton from Terminator.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I think she had bigger guns.
I see that.
Just a little bit.
Let's go to Matt on Long Island. Matt.
Hey, Duke Cockney, have you
Yeah,
ever
that's me.
X-Files dialogue into Californication, like if truth is out there or something like that?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I'll work in some X-File lines.
Oh, like sneak in a line for some of the fans or something.
No, I try not to do stuff like that. I always find, it kind of takes you out of whatever show you're doing. But
that's true.
If it works, it works. I mean, if there was a reference to the X-Files in the show, it might work. But I don't know. I don't think so. I'd like to keep them separate. Keep them separated.
Well, I'm a big fan of Duke Cockney. I love you.
I appreciate that.
We get it. Jesus. Just back from Afghanistan.
Yeah, this might be good. All right, let me say hi to, wow, a little compliment for you. Scott in St. Louis.
Hey, ladies, how you doing?
Oh, good,
great.
Scott.
Hey, David, I want to thank you for Californication. It's a fantastic show. I just got back from my latest deployment to Afghanistan, and I work in Intel, sitting in the ops center, had Californication on the computer, while operations are going down. I had comedy and porn and people getting killed. It was fantastic.
It was perfect.
What a great military we have. Kill that Al-Qaeda guy. Hang on. TiVo the show.
Isn't that great? You could just watch TV and wipe a few people out. Why not?
Chris in Pennsylvania wants to know if you could start watching Californication now and not be lost. Yeah, I think you could.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. It's a comedy. It's not really. It's not.
Are the other seasons out on?
They are.
It's not lost. Yeah,
it's not lost. It's not heroes. It's not plot driven that way.
Right,
you can
right.
certainly
Absolutely.
enjoy that.
Jump right in.
Yeah.
Start laughing.
Yeah, we have
Good.
no plot. You know,
There's nothing.
Just keep the laughs coming.
Yeah.
Who picks the music for the show?
Mostly Tom Capanos.
Some good choices.
Yeah,
there.
he's a guitar player himself, and he's got really good. And I like to get involved in the music too.
Right on. Yeah. Did they put out a CD of the music?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
that's something I should pick up.
Yeah,
a lot of covers and stuff.
Good
Really good
covers.
covers of really good rock songs.
Yeah.
I think we're heading to the finish line.
Yeah, very nice. It's Friday. Let's get the
Friday.
fuck out of here and begin the weekend.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
No problem. Give the big plug there.
Californication Sundays at 10 on Showtime. Anything else you're promoting, David?
Not right now. I'll come back though.
All right. No Twitter, none of that crap.
I don't tweet or twat or anything.
It is a weird thing, that whole social networking thing.
Yeah. Well, I did a movie with Demi Moore that'll come out, and I'll come back and promote that when it does. But she's a big tweeter.
Oh yeah, she's
She's
one of the most popular
Kutcher,
ones.
like ridiculous with their twitting.
I don't think they're married.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I can't say tweeting. It's got to be twittering. Tweeting is just
tweet.
Twittering's bad enough. Just doing it is bad enough.
I feel like an old fuddy-duddy when I poo-poo it, though. I don't even know what I'm talking
Why
about.
you kids and your computerized...
I'm one of the only people left on MySpace at this point.
Yeah, that's still on it. That's gone.
You want to be the last one to leave.
It is your space, Bill.
It's now called Bill's Space.
No, I refuse to go to Facebook. I'm like, I'm not going to go add the same 30,000 douchebags. It's the same fucking people, and then they're acting like they're all. No, these are the cool.
By the way,
random people.
douchebags,
They're
Bill's
not.
playing 5 shows this weekend at the Stress Factory. He said, douchebags, come on out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I trashing?
You're trashing your people.
I'm not.
They
They
know.
got better things to do.
You're going to do well, Vinny. Don't worry.
I just discovered texting.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's handy.
That was supposed to be funny.
Now it is.
Epic fail.
Do cockney fail.
I had to go out with an epic fail.
No, you can't
It
do
was
that.
going so well.
That's not good. Let's say hi to Footer. Footer.
Hey, what's up, boys? Go fucking chicken. Hey, got a quick question for David Duchovny.
News guy said that on the air.
All right.
He did?
Sing the
Oh,
little
yeah.
singer. Hey, do some fucking rubes come up to you and like ask you like UFO questions and shit? Like you are the character.
Question.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's got to be.
Do you believe in UFOs?
Yeah, they ask me that all the
Yeah,
time.
that's the big one, right?
Yeah, do I believe in UFOs and that it was always just weird to me that they would confuse me with the character that way. But I came up with a theory a long time ago, which was that you know, there used to be this thing, Ship of Fools, where they would when their prisons would overrun back in the 16th, 17th century, they just put all the nutcases on a boat and send them out, and then they'd float around until they'd all kill each other, or they would run across another boat and try to kill them. So that's the Ship of Fools out there, crazy people. It's a great idea, right?
That is fantastic.
So my theory is this: that alien civilizations have done exactly that they've taken all their offenders and
Refuse.
dentists. Because apparently all these aliens want to do is probe our anuses and drill our teeth.
Yeah, right.
So what the alien civilizations have done have taken all their sex offenders and dentists and put them on their alien ship of fools, and now they're around here.
And they sometimes bump into
us, and
the
they
planet.
they like to probe us
and sexually assault us or ruin our teeth.
They really like our
That's a
heinies.
decent theory.
Wow.
It's not a bad theory, right? You like
Go
that
after
one?
I like
that
it.
one.
I
I'm
like
gonna
that old
stick with
school
that one.
stuff. Real like ship. I used to go drinking in a bar, Ship of Fools, and I had no idea what it was. But they were actually kind of insulting me. That I would
It's
actually
like a
go in
great
there.
reality show. Just
Yeah, you're right.
ship out lunatics and then just have cameras everywhere.
Learn something
See who
today.
they run into.
I didn't know that.
Let
I
them
got one
just
for you.
run
This
into-
is something I learned on the internet the other day.
All right.
Is back in the day, they used to have, there was a street in England called Grope Cunt Lane, and it was literally where the prostitutes were.
David just
Really?
looked out the window like, help me.
No, that's where the prostitutes were.
This is a real story?
Yeah, and then politically corrected, they called it something like Grape Lane or something. I don't know. They switched it up. Go ahead, look it up. It's on Wikipedia. It's got to be true.
Well, in England, that word's a little more acceptable.
You are at your destination.
Thank the other nav system. The word's a lot more acceptable in England, apparently.
Yeah, right there. There you go.
Right.
Isn't Gropekunt was a street
Jesus,
found
you're
in
right.
English towns and cities during the Middle
I
Ages.
grew up on 11th Street and 2nd Avenue, and I will tell you that 12th between 2nd and 3rd was that lane.
That lane. There you go.
Yeah, that's where
Jimmy, he's had a good
hang out there.
He's
too.
had a couple good ones. We should end right now.
No more.
I could go south at any moment.
All right, we got the plugs in. So Bill Burr, it was great seeing you. Are you around Monday?
Yeah, I'm going to come through.
You coming back through?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
gonna come
good.
through.
Nice.
We try to get Bill on as
I'm
much
going
as
to be
possible.
hyping my town hall gig.
Really?
Now Vinny's going to be pissed.
No, don't say you're going to be in the area. No. Town hall is big and impersonal. Enjoy the show.
November 6th.
Vinny, your tickets they got to be good for the weekend.
They're selling very,
All
very
right,
well.
so-
Vinny's Stress Factory / Best Buy store that he has out there. He has like 58 flat screen TVs. Jerry Jones ripped off the big flat screen from him.
You do have a lot of TVs there.
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm
He
here
fucking
while
runs
you're
a great
filling up the
club.
backpack. This is
That's
serious.
Yeah, I know. Let's let David go. So
I am a get the hell out of here guy, man.
Yeah, it's Friday.
I run from this place on Friday.
Californication, Sundays at 10 on Showtime. We'll all be watching. David, it was a pleasure. Come back and
My
see
pleasure.
us soon, all right?
I will. Thank you.
And guys, have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
It's only a pellet
David
gun.
Duchovny's
You're
here.
supposed to know that.
Yeah, you know that guy.
It probably smells bad in here.
Oh no! Hi, David Duchovny.
David Duchovny. Oh my
We're on-
God!
yeah. If it stinks in here, it's fucking Jimmy.
No, it's fine.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh really? Is that it? Kids smell. You just. Oh yeah. Help David with his headphones. He's got it on all ass backwards, as they say.
Nope.
Ass, but yeah, there you go.
Jimmy,
I don't know why they make them like that.
Jimmy's like dieting and he's eating these weird. Atkins, right?
Atkins bars.
Oh, yes.
So they're making them very.
Oh, there you go.
It's making them very gassy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's all that protein, right?
It's killing me. Yeah, I actually went in there and punished him with one. I think you're just getting the
So now,
residuals.
and one of your people they're smelling something really bad right now because it just happened.
Oh, they're in there.
Yeah.
Is somebody in the booth there, E-Rock?
Yeah, David's people are.
Oh,
Boy,
no.
you really welcome everybody with an open ass.
Well, I
Jimmy.
didn't realize that people were going to be standing in there with E-Rock.
Yeah.
But normally you don't. You just let it fly.
Oh, without a doubt. But I went in there to
terrible.
punish Fatso, who had made an error.
Fatso.
He made a mistake and he had to be punished.
This is just like every other interview you're going to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, we can only go up from there.
I hope
That's true. We like to set the bar real
Set it at
low, so
flatulence
you have a
and then move
great
up.
day,
Yeah.
great rest of the day doing interviews. David Duchovny, of course.
What is the scene? I've seen
Californication, season 5?
5.
You're up to 5 already. Wow.
I've been seeing promos for that. And what is the scene where you're sitting there shirtless with a guy and he slaps you?
Yeah, that was Evan Handler. We slap each other.
Okay, what happened?
I think I'm just messing around with him, and I slap him because he's chubby and bald.
Because he's there.
Yeah, and he's actually not chubby this year. He lost a lot of weight. Evan did, but and then he slaps him back. It's just like a little Three Stooges routine.
Oh, it wasn't like a sexual. I didn't see that episode. What are they doing shirtless?
Yeah.
We're just a couple of guys. You never hang out shirtless with?
I never don't. That's why I thought it was something else. One misbehaves on purpose. You know how it is.
I was just discussing this yesterday. I think it's an older generation thing. I was at my gym yesterday, and I might as well bring it up now.
Right.
Bring it up now. 2 old guys, completely naked, watching CNBC discussing stocks.
In the locker room?
And I'm like,
I
how are they?
hope it was in the
Out in
locker
front
room.
of the gym. Yeah. It's actually on the treadmills.
And I'm thinking, like, there's no fucking way I would do
No,
that. But
no.
they were so comfortable. I don't think it was a gay thing or anything. I think it's just they're older
men.
guys, and that's what they do.
That's the old school thought.
Yeah, well,
probably.
I went to the Y with my dad on 14th Street. I think it's still there when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was just all balls all the time.
All
Yeah,
balls
just-
all the time.
It is an old school kind of a thing
Well,
where it
the
was
sauna,
fine.
You know, it was the
Yeah.
sauna too, and they had those old exercise machines. Remember that belt?
Yeah, the
Right.
belt
Like
that would shake your
remember
fat
the,
away.
The roller thing for your ass.
Yeah.
That thing was supposed to make your ass smaller
Sure.
just by smacking it a lot.
I think you get to a point you don't give a fuck about your body anymore, and that's what you just do, I guess.
Just hang
But
out.
it's not even that. I don't think it's vanity. I just think it's, as you say, it's old school. Where
It's old school.
That's
It-
what you do.
it didn't mean anything.
When you go to the sauna, when you go to the steam, now it seems people are just, well, not that I'm looking so much, but they're just getting that towel on. Nobody wants to be looked at
Right.
anymore. It's like your genitals.
Yeah. old school. They'd put a foot up on the bench and just start yapping each other.
Well, they do this one thing. I have a steam room in my building, and they do this one thing where they'll sit there with the towel, and they open a little bit to intrigue with you and see if you're in the steam room for the.
Right?
For a little.
Well, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Where are you taking a steam?
I've seen that in the Borgata. I've seen
in his house.
Yeah, it's in my company. The male escorts I invite over. But no, it's amazing how people will just will do that, and then if you don't react, they stop.
Yeah.
I've seen a few dicey things in casino steam rooms.
Dicey.
Yeah. Some dicey things.
Now, I'm trying to remember where we're at with Californication because the problem with Showtime and HBO, a lot of time goes by between these things. So
3 years between every year.
No.
That is crazy. That would be crazy. That would be 15 years. I think.
The Sopranos was like that.
Yeah, Sopranos was over a year every time.
Yeah. People used to get all pissed off the last episode. You're like, okay, I'll wait 2 years.
Yeah.
Where do we leave Californication before
you're asking me?
Yeah, before season 5 starts up.
Hank kind of
Sunday.
drove off into the sunset and left his wife, the mother of his child, in L.A. Drives to New York, and this year picks up 2 years later. He's been living in New York for 2 years.
Wow.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
So
Whole
not
nother...
in real time, in fake time, it's been 2 years. In real time, it's just been a year.
So what kind of shenanigans?
The usual.
Yeah.
The
usual shenanigans.
In the steam room. Stuff like that.
Yeah, balls out.
Yeah, the first episode, the first scene begins with classic kind of Hank Moody stuff, which I can't actually even say on the radio. So
on this radio,
you can say anything you want.
I don't know. I don't know. You'll see it and you'll tell me, and then I'll come back and talk about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not
Can you give us
sure
a hint?
I
guess you want people to watch, obviously. But give us a hint.
Yeah. I could get to it by saying there's that old joke about the newlywed game. What's the most exotic place?
Right, that you could have sex.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
So, where's the strangest place you ever made whoopee?
Yeah, right.
And, where the poo comes out.
It was geez,
in the butt, Bob. I heard that never happened though, but did it happen? I know the story too.
It never aired, but it did happen.
Oh, it did happen. Okay.
Yeah, it did happen.
They caught it before it aired.
Right.
And I've seen the clip. It is pretty goddamn funny.
Yeah. So it's
that's a good way to start season 5.
No, not an actual not doing it, but a discussion.
A discussion about it.
Oh,
gotcha.
graphic discussion.
Graphic discussion.
Yeah. That's pretty
in a
cool.
restaurant.
Oh, it's even
better.
Yes.
Better.
Eating fondue. It's worse and worse. I love a good anal sex discussion, though. It's so hard to work that into a normal conversation, especially at a dinner.
Especially with your parents.
Maybe not at your club.
Yeah, really.
That's true, yeah.
I think you're in the proper place.
Yeah. In the casino steam room, you have to avoid it. How are you? Fuck my ass. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Jesus.
What are the memberships? What does it cost to join there?
Just a few years of dignity. It's amazing to me where people, because you play a guy who's addicted to sex, it's amazing to me, just in my own life, where you act out and the lengths you go to
use your personal pronoun I.
I said you, the collective you. I mean, as a as all of us, like you to act out, you will sacrifice anything. I waste so much time on my fucking computer.
Do you?
It's amazing to me. Like I was going to see Van Halen last night, and I wanted to leave a certain time, and I wound up leaving 20 minutes later. Because I'm just jerking off. I'm like, what are you doing?
Wow.
This is addictive, life-ruining behavior.
And you're going to a really cool thing. Van Halen in front of 230 people.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a cool thing.
Is this the first you've heard about?
Oh, no.
Oh, we know about
this. Jimmy's history
hijinks.
is pretty simple. He gave up drinking and drugging at 17.
18.
18.
Yeah, really?
And they
That
might
was
have...
early.
Yeah. I was one of those corny after-school specials, woe is me.
Right.
And then I'm like, well, what else can I do to make me forget myself? Aha! And then I ran into the...
He might have replaced it with all
Sure.
A little
Sure.
like that.
But at least they addressed that on Californication.
Did you have to research the character at all like that?
No, not like that.
Not like that.
Because it's it's a serious subject, but we're a comedy. We kind of play it for laughs.
Absolutely.
So it's not about that in a sense. It's just we're trying to make people laugh.
Right. And I went to let's just say a place once many years ago. I was probably 19 or something. I went to just a 12-step fellowship before I tried it. And just hearing some of the things these guys were talking about, I'm like, oof, it's not me. Yeah, you always find somebody worse than you.
Someone worse.
Yeah. A lot worse. But it's an interesting subject in the comedy. Yeah. And I think it should be talked about. It's fun.
Yeah. How many women do you think you've been with on the show?
Oh God, I don't know. I think Candler's been with more though.
Really?
That's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
Is that over the years, the guy who plays Charlie, he seems to have taken over the mantle.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You started off strong, though.
Yes.
That first season into the
Just
second
almost-
season.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, wow.
Yes. Yeah.
How would you explain your character? Would you say it's a caring guy who just has this?
Well, I think what happens, the way I look at him is, he's in love with Karen, and they haven't been able to work it out. And as he's waiting, I think he is waiting. He's just kind of just slides into situations. He's not very aggressive. He doesn't seek them out. He's just, I just see him as a guy who can't say no, basically, and then he's very passive in that way, so that's the way I always looked at him. He's just like, well, whatever.
It helps looking like David Duchovny.
With that, believe me.
That kind of helps with, women coming up to you and not having to say no.
I get a lot of makeup.
Jim Norton never slides passively into situations. Jim Norton pokes his newt face into them and begs for them to happen. But I guess for a guy who's really handsome, it does work a little bit.
Did you say
differently?
Newt?
Yeah, newt. Yeah, I have a bit of a newtish.
N-E-W-T?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an awful thing.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Little newtish.
You're a nice man, though.
How are doing the sex scenes? Has it gotten any easier?
No, well,
was it nerve-wracking at first, but now it's just like, let's hop into bed?
It's not so much the sex scenes. It's just, being mostly unclothed in front of all your friends that you work with. It's
that
much
is
like
true,
being
yeah.
in the steam room.
You mean it's hot.
and honestly, the thing that we're most concerned with, and I'm most concerned with, is just making sure everybody's comfortable and can do their job. Because it is difficult to work like that in front of people, and also to think, you're very vulnerable, just in the fundamental sense of the word. You're mostly naked.
That is an
really
odd
naked,
thing with that. Like you're the people you work with, you don't even think about it when you watch the show. That there's people around there, but to do that. And for so many years, hey, he's naked again.
You must pray it gets picked up every year. Like, oh, please God, just one more season.
It's like the DP. Yeah, every year the DP will say, "Well, your ass has fallen another couple of inches." And I'll say, "Well, let me see your ass."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so.
Do you? I had one kissing scene. It was in a short comedy, and I was so worried about,
your breath.
No, you do worry about that, but I was more worried about putting my tongue in her mouth. I'm like, is that going to be inappropriate?
Well, don't you discuss that ahead of time?
Yes,
discuss it.
I did.
Yeah.
But because she's a porn actress.
But she said it was okay.
She kissed me in the dressing room. She's like, "Come here, babe. We're supposed to be attracted to each other."
Are you sure you were being filmed?
No, in the dressing room I was not.
Yeah.
But then it was done at the comic strip.
Yeah.
Do you actually talk about that with a girl before you do it?
Of course, you have to.
And you do worry about your breath? Of course you do.
Wow,
Have you kissed anybody who had bad breath and you want to say something but you're too polite?
No comment.
Yeah,
No, I haven't. And it is, as I said, it's just about making people feel comfortable and not taken advantage of and not too vulnerable. So it's always trying to make that other person, they tell you their guidelines, and you just want to do it so that it looks the way it's supposed to look, and not make anybody uncomfortable, do what they don't want to do.
Do you sense they're nervous with you?
I don't want to do.
Because you're the star of the thing and you are David Duchovny. Now they're comfortable?
No, because I'll just, I'm also an executive producer on the show, and you really, all you want to do is make sure that everybody is as comfortable and as
most of the time there's no tongue.
You don't want anybody to do what they don't want to do.
You see it most of the time. There's no tongue.
No.
Those fake kisses.
Fake kisses.
Yeah.
You mean on TV in general?
Yeah, in general, you don't see a lot of tongue kisses. You can tell.
In movies, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a
lately,
good tongue
I guess,
kiss.
but
it was an odd thing. You don't want to feel like you're violating the person you're working with.
Absolutely not. No.
I'd worry about my food pocket and if it's acting up or not.
God.
Yeah.
Your what?
My food pocket.
He has a food pocket.
What is that?
It's where you kind of have a pocket in between your teeth, so the food gets in there, and it's hard to get the floss in because the top of the teeth are too close together, so it just keeps packing in there.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of discussion you want to have.
Absolutely. Exactly. To help promote the show.
With the co-star.
Yeah.
So what my
food pocket.
I still joke about the food pocket, but I had to get it taken care of. Where they maybe open up the space a little bit more so you get some floss.
Get in there.
But for a while, I had a nasty food pocket.
And was it?
It would act
smelling
up.
a bit.
Woo!
Yeah. Really.
Didn't matter what I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was it exactly?
It was on the right side.
In the back.
In the back, yeah.
They didn't give you some kind of instrument to get in there.
Oh, we tried everything. We tried everything.
What do you mean we?
Me, the dentist.
There's a whole team.
My girl. Yeah.
Did you? Oh, your girl was bugged by it?
No, no.
Okay.
She was hungry.
It's
She
more
got a little snack out of it.
It's more of a good
like
story.
a bird.
It's like a squirrel.
Baby bird, or yeah.
On the little nut back in your food pocket.
What are we going to see on Californication? Because that's why
This
you're
year?
here. Season 5. It starts with the, the discussion about maybe ass sex.
Mm-hmm.
And then where do we go as you're in New York?
Go back to L.A. immediately. This is Californication. So in the middle of the first episode, I am chased back to L.A. And I end up getting involved with RZA from Wu-Tang Clan. He plays. He's like the guy that I'm palling around with for the whole year.
Oh, very cool.
So I get involved trying to write him a movie, and I get involved in his rap world a little bit.
Right on.
And he's a terrific actor and just a really interesting guy. I don't know if you know their music.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a real education for me because I haven't listened so much to that, and I really liked his stuff a lot, and I really liked him.
Rappers can make good actors.
A lot of them
really
can.
Odd though.
Well, I think
works.
like comedians, I think often they're playing persona already.
Yeah.
They're playing a part. RZA. He told me he had 16 names, so that's in a way that's 16 characters he's already got.
Right. Kind of funny.
I find acting much harder and scarier than stand-up, though, because you're trapped in the scene. I mean, you can't get out of it by acknowledging if it's bad. You have to finish it.
Right. If you're bombing on stage, you could just be like,
there's a freedom in stand-up that I find I'm not afraid of it.
You can save it. Like, you know how to save yourself.
Stand up, yeah.
Like sucking is okay sometimes.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, because you go in other directions, right, Jimmy?
Yeah,
but, I mean, the script is what it is. You got to deal with it.
Especially when you're standing there and you just, I'm sure you haven't had this experience of many years, if ever, but when you're standing there, you just feel like your arms are heavy and you're just dead in the scene. You're a twig. You're fucking just dead.
Or how about when you realize that you don't know what to do with your hands?
Oh, we talked about that, yes.
Talk about that
Dude,
one, yeah.
I never know what
put
to
them in my pockets, or put them on my hips.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Like in life, you're not really concerned about your hands.
No, not at all. You don't
even think about
them.
it.
Someone said Pacino does that. It's like he'll analyze why he does. Like he does this really weird thing where he'll like rub his hands together.
Yeah.
And he caught himself doing it, and he wondered why he does it. And he does it in scenes, and I could never just be that comfortable to do those little behaviors in scenes.
I like, it's nice to have a pen like Bob Dole.
Yeah, hold on to that.
Just for dear life, just hanging on to something.
What I do is I hold a water
always
bottle.
had a cell phone and a flashlight.
A phone is good, a flashlight, hands in pockets,
Works
an
great.
umbrella.
I hope
Umbrella.
my water bottle works whenever I want to express surprise. People just, it lets people know that I didn't know something was coming.
Well done.
Is there? I've heard rumors about another X-Files movie. Is that anything?
I think there'll always be rumors of that.
Rumors,
and we'd love to.
Yeah.
But, it's a matter of getting Fox to do it, getting all of us together at the same time.
So many fans of the show still. It's amazing.
It was something I always wanted to keep doing till I, was in a wheelchair with a girdle. And that time is rapidly approaching. So
you haven't aged at all, though. I don't know what the hell you're doing right, man, but it's creepy.
I got a food pocket, though.
You got a food pocket?
That's probably what does it.
It's all on the inside.
Remember last time you were in here, what was it, Roland said that you had signed on to do The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, right.
I guess that didn't pan out.
That was a surprise to me.
Yeah, and Dave was just like, what?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Our own Roland.
Yeah, well, I come here to find out what jobs I'm going to be doing. So
we let you know.
We'll always
fill you in.
Yeah.
I think you're Batman.
Oh, Batman! Excellent. I'm
How cool is that? Let's start that rumor.
Well, I was going to be, I'm half Jewish, so I pitched myself as Batman Shevitz.
That'll work.
I want to ask you
any chuckle after that?
Half Jewish is nice. Batman?
No, it's like Superman.
Superman? Yeah.
Batman?
God, who did that bit?
Can I
Spiderman? Spider-Man? Spiderman?
Can I ask you about meditation?
Sure.
Are you into it?
Yeah.
A lot? Because I want to get into it.
Well, yeah. The trick is doing it every day. I mean, it's the discipline is.
Does it chill you out?
It's hard to say what it actually does. I feel the first recognition is to listen to the crap that's in your mind. That's kind of what's happens first.
Yeah.
Because when you're quiet, you just see that movie playing in your mind.
Oh my God, do you?
I hate that. That's why I got to fall asleep with a TV on. Would be at night. I'm just like with my own thoughts.
Meditation would be good for you too, Ed. But
no,
people that talk about it, they'll say how amazing it is.
Yeah.
My wife's into it. She's like, shit happens. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How long do you do it for?
30 minutes in the morning.
Didn't you do it in New York at the a monastery or something?
Yeah, I went away for a weekend to do like an intensive up in upstate New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds peaceful.
Was it? It's hard on the knees,
Yeah.
when you're sitting that long. It was. That's very interesting because it's really like that's really like a military. They're like serious about
Some
their Zen
hardcore
up
people
there.
out there,
Yeah.
right?
So, a lot of it is the discipline of just sitting down to face yourself. Somebody described meditation as one insult after another, and I think that's pretty much the way it is.
Are you thinking consciously though, or because I've tried it, it's so hard to just. I don't know what to do when I'm in it.
Well, at first you just concentrate on your breath. That's
what you try to do.
You're just counting.
Unless
or
you got a
just-
food pocket.
It's
terrible.
Well, that'll come up. It all comes up. The crap that comes up, and just the repetitive nature of the crap you tell yourself is, as I'm sure you know, is it's phenomenal. And it's, at some point it just becomes laughable.
Really? And you're comfortable with that?
No, I hate it. It's one insult after another. It
Yeah,
really is.
it just seems, I don't know.
Do you itch a lot when you're doing it? It seems like I would get distracted. And,
Itchy.
Yeah, like whenever you're sitting still, you have to itch or something.
You try to. That's a way to get yourself out of it. When I was up there, and I told the story, and I can't remember where, but we were sitting for like 45 minutes, which is longer than I do. So I was in pain, and they wanted you to be really still. And there's a guy that walks around with kind of a stick who'll smack you on the shoulders to kind of relax you.
That's not relaxing.
Thanks.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
It is relaxing because it's the only way that you can actually adjust your position. When he comes by, you go like this, and that means smack me, right? But when you do that, you can kind of go like that, so you can get a better angle on you. So I feel
so it makes you comfortable to move a little bit?
Well, I could, then it was an excuse to kind of readjust. You could hide it.
What does that do to be so still for such a long period of time?
It just brings you up against your own unquiet that you because you could probably do it just talking. You could.
I'll do it when I play Xbox. I don't move. I'm hunched
Exactly.
over. I just sit there forever.
Exactly.
Same position. You get up and go. Oh,
exactly.
I guess you focus on stuff you avoid, right?
Well, you don't try to focus on anything. I mean,
But then what comes out?
That's so hard to do.
It is. Well, that's where the breath starts.
It's a waste of time.
I
got enough knowledge. It's a waste of time. I've done it after yoga class, and it's kind of fucking relaxing and in a weird way freeing. But we only do it for like 10, 15 minutes.
That's okay. Just
But
start.
I want to go deeper, I think.
The regular
I got to chill the fuck out.
The regular working out is like that. That is good. When you're done, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it's not as crazy. You're relaxed. You feel good about yourself that you did it.
Right.
So that kind of works. For getting rid of any demons in your head.
Yeah, I mean, you seek these experiences where you lose self-consciousness in life. So working out is one, or playing Xbox. There are healthier ways to do it, and unhealthier ways to do it.
That's true.
And did they make you garden up there?
Yes, I gardened up there. Shoveled a lot of horse shit.
Yeah.
You don't make David.
So we do
Duchovny-
every day.
You don't make David Duchovny garden.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That was as I was leaving the second day. I enjoyed being out in the garden because the other stuff was basically cleaning toilets and things like that, which I don't need the experience of. I don't think. And this guy was leaving with me when we were finished gardening, and he said, "I can't wait to tell my girlfriend I was shoveling horse shit with David Duchovny." Like, you're not the first. Right?
Yeah, they give everyone chores because I guess that's important too for some reason. I know a little
More
bit
of the
about this.
discipline thing. I guess.
Discipline and humility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of life is humility. So you want to attain humility before you're forced to be humiliated, right? Isn't that the idea?
That's that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you like being one of many? Is it hard? Because you're a very recognizable guy. And at what point do you like when somebody is not recognizing you or not treating you special? You're like, a little special with you guys.
That's hysterical, Jimmy. That's so you.
A little special. Well, it always seems that the times that you do want to be treated special, that nobody's recognizing you. Like if you want to sit down at a restaurant that you're not getting seated at. It's not happening. Or you're trying to get past the line in the airport. It's not happening.
That's special treatment, yeah.
And then you find yourself getting really kind of ridiculously nasty within yourself. I should be more famous. If I was more famous, I'd get a seat.
Well, everyone has. It all depends on what level you're on. Like for me, I'm on a much lower level, so I see guys above me and go, "Wow, I would love to." But on your level, I'm sure there's things that you look at and go, "Like, oh man, if I had that, I would be like." What is it that you look to and go, "Shit, like that would be something"?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah, I have everything.
No, but he's in a place where he does. I mean,
yeah.
But I used to, long ago when I first became famous or whatever, known, when I get on a plane, I used to think, because before that, when I'd get on a plane, if I saw a famous person, I go, "Oh, we're not going down. This is good. This plane wouldn't have the balls to go down." and then I realized at some point that people were looking at me like
You're the guy, right?
And there was a lot of responsibility.
That's a lot of pressure.
And then I thought if the plane was going down, they were going to look at me like, "You fucker,
you screwed us
couldn't
all."
you be more famous? You're like the Big Bopper all of a sudden. Yeah. You're not the guy. This wouldn't have gone down with Pacino on it."
That is so
that's funny, man.
True, man. I remember it was the time I was with what the hell is his name? God damn, Bob Saget. Bob Saget was in front of me.
That might have gone down.
And I know that's what I started thinking. I was thinking like, all right, yeah, Bob Saget. And then I started thinking, nah, we could go. We'll at least have an emergency landing. They'll have to foam the runway or something.
Right.
Yeah, maybe not die, but.
And then, of course, Tom Cruise would actually fly the plane out of
trouble.
trouble.
Absolutely.
I'm not that guy
John Travolta.
Either. So I'm you're screwed sometimes if you see me.
How do you react to other famous people on a plane? Like, because I was on a plane.
What's up?
You do, right? Just a quick.
Famous.
Cedric the Entertainer got on, and I've never met Cedric, but he knew me, and he goes, "Hey, Jim, we just shook hands, and that was it." But it's like I don't know how to approach somebody who's.
So don't. They just want to fly.
No, but sometimes do you say hi or do you not
bother them?
You don't. No, but sometimes you say hi. Do you say hello or will you not? Will you pretend you don't see them?
No, I'll say hello, and then I'll try to think whether I've met them before or not, or if I'm a fan, I'll just say that or something. You introduce yourself like a human being, and they'll either say, "No, I know who you are," or "Nice to meet you."
The rest of the people on the plane looking at this mutual admiration
Yeah,
bullshit
exactly.
that's going on.
Who has not known who you were?
We just kind of laugh with one another and make it look like life is just grand.
To turn to the
I'll
crowd.
have a chocolate chip cookie and milk, please.
So wait,
don't worry, people. You're safe.
They all recognize you,
Two
though.
famous people.
If someone doesn't pretend they don't recognize you, they're just pretending they don't know who David is.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say, but I enjoy seeing those people as well, or getting a chance to say to somebody that I like their work or whatever, I like them.
When you're doing like a show like Leno or Letterman or Conan or something, do you look and see who's going to be on with you and go, "Oh yeah, fuck, good."
Yeah, like especially the musical guests, because I don't really get to meet many musicians, so I'll go in and try to meet them and act like I know what I'm talking about.
What do you? It's always awkward, but I run out of things.
Actually, once the Bare Naked Ladies They were big X-Files fans. They actually had like a reference in one of their songs about us, and they came to the set when we were in L.A., and I said, "What are you guys doing in L.A.?" They said, "We're doing Leno on Friday." And I said, "I'm doing Leno on Friday," which was true. And I said, "Let me sing with you guys." And I can't sing. I can't sing. And they go, "Sure." And they're nice guys. And I said, "Well, then let me play the egg. The egg."
Yeah, the little shaky maraca thing.
I can play the egg too. So they said, "Sure." And I said, "Well, what song are you doing?" And they said, "It's all been done." I said, "I don't know. Send me the CD." I listened to it all week, and there was a little backing vocal to it that I could try, and it was falsetto, which it's hard to screw up, right?
Yeah, a little harmony, yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo. I could do that.
Oh, you got that
That's what
down,
it was.
yeah.
So I got out there. We didn't rehearse. They didn't want to rehearse. They just let me come up. And the curtain came up, and there I was with the band.
The people just lose their minds.
And I had the egg. And I was just egging along, and I did my background vocals, and it's still one of my favorite moments, because even though it was a joke, I was actually in the band.
Yeah.
And we were playing a song, and I had a part in the song, and I was doing it.
That's a celebrity. That's a celebrity. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, look at Duchovny with the band. How great." Whereas if I was with, they would be like, "Who's the fucking creep
ruining
this visual?"
No, they'd say
egg shaking.
They'd say that guy can really play the fucking egg.
I think E-Rock's got it. Do you got his part though?
What?
The vocal part?
I have the part that he was singing in the song.
Also, I said to the guys, at some point what I want to do is during the guitar solo, I want to lose my shit.
Really?
Just like dancing around, and you've got to walk me back to my mic. So they did that as well. And we didn't rehearse it, and they were just really cool about it.
E-Rock's got it, but we don't hear you, so that's kind of dumb.
You don't hear me?
Eric?
There it is.
Oh, that was you. That's all we need.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that, right?
Yeah, you did it good.
Yeah.
Is that David, or is that just the song, and that's the part that he did?
This is that's the part he did.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's not him
David.
doing
Not
it.
him.
Yeah.
Oh,
E-Rock, you're useless.
I'm not sure that my mic was turned on.
Oh, really?
They had you low in the mix.
I like to think that it was.
It's great. David Duchovny, yeah.
Oh, it sounds good.
I
Turn the mic
I
off.
did look over, and the lead singer was laughing.
Oh, really?
The joke was on you.
Yeah.
You think they were happy that you were doing it, or that they went like, he's not really going to do it, is he?
They were really cool guys. You know, they were really laid back, and they actually, the part where the band gets interviewed for like 30 seconds, you know, because it's usually the last part of the show is the song. They let me sit with them as if I was part of the band.
Isn't that amazing that actors always want to be rock stars and rock stars always want to be actors?
Or
It's
athletes.
just- or athletes, yeah.
So
No one's satisfied.
No.
That's what it comes down
to
to.
meditate.
Back to meditation.
That's why
See?
meditate and
so when I sit
around.
down to meditate, all I hear is,
rock
why
star.
the fuck can't you play an instrument?
I'm so happy I have a wonderful example right now to contribute. Because Nicholson's a big Laker fan, so when he would go backstage, all Abdul-Jabbar would want to talk about his acting, and all he'd want to talk about is basketball.
Right.
Therein lies the problem.
Well, I think Magic said in some book I read, you know, the problem is they want to be us and we want to be them. You know, that's the truth.
Can't we just meditate and be happy?
With what we have. Well, do you want to be an athlete or a singer?
At this point, singer.
If you could
When
be.
I was growing up, I wanted to be an athlete.
What sport?
Basketball.
That was me.
How tall are you?
I'm only 6 feet. It wasn't going to happen.
That was
ever.
me too.
But
I was convinced
You
I was
wanna
going
be
to
a
get the
ball player?
height.
Really?
I did it all. Basketball camps, playing 6 to 8 hours
yeah?
a day. Yeah, the whole thing.
How tall are you?
I barely 6 myself.
Yeah.
I needed to be 6'5". What was I thinking?
No hops?
No.
Yeah.
And there was.
What is that food pocket?
Yeah. And I was in denial because all I had to do was look around my relatives and realize I wasn't going to be 6'5", which you need.
Yeah.
You know, I played a little Division III ball
You did?
in the end,
All right.
but I mean, I wanted to do that. What we're seeing on TV right now, NBA shit. I thought.
Yeah.
For a while there.
How old were you when you realized that I don't think I have it?
35.
Yeah, he held on to that dream for a
hoping
while.
for the draft.
I think I was probably 13, 12 or 13.
Oh, fuck that. I pushed all the way to 18.
14. Oh, really?
I was convinced I was going to get that growth spurt.
Man.
Really?
It was my first love, man.
I played 1 year at Princeton when I went, and I didn't play, but I was on the team. And in my memory, Coach Carrill, who's a legendary coach over there at Princeton, I quit in my memory because I wanted to play baseball, and they were starting practice, and I wasn't working out. And Carrill was assistant coach for the Kings a few years ago, and I knew the Maloof brothers who owned the team, and I said there was a game in L.A., and I said, you know, after the game, do you mind if I say hi to Coach Carrill? And they said, sure, and then they lost, but they said, Coach Carrill's going to come out and see you. And I'm waiting like it's like that Mean Joe Green commercial.
In the tunnel,
I'm
yeah.
in the tunnel, and he's a tiny little round guy, and he's backlit, and I just see this kind of Yoda figure walking towards me, and he gets within like 15 feet of me, and he goes, "Aren't you glad I cut you?" That's a true story.
Shit. You thought, I left, go on another sport, and he threw you off the team.
I said, Coach, I don't think you cut me. I think I quit. He goes, you're doing so well.
Oh, is this David Duchovny now?
Everything's available online.
What's this? What am I doing?
That's the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, there's the egg.
You're playing the egg. You are into it. Oh, yeah, you're singing.
Yeah. Come on, where's me?
There you go. Holy shit.
Oh, this is the guitar solo where I'm going to lose my shit.
It's on YouTube,
I think so. Oh, this is...
He's swinging his arms around.
Working it. Yeah.
See, I go over to his mic. I do a little Jagger and Richards here.
You lean into the mic. Yeah, that's a Jagger move.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got the egg.
I should have had a scarf like Steven Tyler.
You are really into it.
Oh,
you could tell. That's like a moment for you.
You were enjoying
It
yourself.
was somewhat serious, but
somewhat.
I knew I was funny, but I was also having a great time.
How long ago was that?
That's got to be 12 years ago.
Really?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
God, you don't fucking age. I'm going to say it again.
That's a good band, though.
Bare naked ladies.
Yeah.
I saw them recently. They're kind of clowning around on stage. I had
They're-
never watched them. They were
they're
funny.
guys.
They were funny. It was like HD
there
net
we
shows.
go, there we go.
He's dancing around.
Wow.
You're all over the
I
stage.
can't look at this part.
Why? You
I
embarrassed?
can't look at this.
Well, you did
I
it.
wanted to hump him a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, you're doing the
I give him the ass.
hump the guitarist move.
Yeah. And then he has to
Wow.
walk me back. He's like,
Oh, he
yeah,
pushes you back over there. You were into it.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
of course, that's unrehearsed, but they refuse to rehearse with me.
Yeah.
Right on,
And
man.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Well, Californication.
Does that work on radio, that clip?
Yeah, we don't even care though.
Yeah.
We watch more television
Yeah, we
and
watch a lot
videos
of
on the
TV.
radio,
That's
you know,
really funny. I
screw the
always like it
listeners.
when they play a clip
Yeah.
of a show on the radio. That's
Yeah,
my favorite.
yeah. Hey,
part.
we're gonna play a clip. It's
But-
like, what?
That sounded great.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds
But everyone's got their
fantastic.
phones and stuff, so right now someone else is, they're finding it for
Right,
themselves.
right, that's
To fill in
true.
the blank. That's
I'm
what we
just
assume
amazed.
anyway.
Like, no matter what you mention,
Somebody
you can
has a clip
find
of
it.
it.
You
Yeah.
can find it on YouTube. Or,
Amazed is a word, and distressed would be another.
yeah, it is a bit alarming that your whole life is pretty much up there somewhere.
Stuff that was in a box forever is now somehow made it to the internet.
Things
Just
that were
'cause some
impossible to find.
Just
you
because
know?
some other idiot in your life decide, I'm going to put this up online on my Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like, that was in a box for 20 years. No one was supposed to see those pictures.
I remember when I was a kid, I went to the movies and saw like Planet of the Apes or something,
yeah.
and thought like. When I left the movie theater, it was like,
That was
wow,
it.
I'm never going to see
Yeah,
that
right,
again.
right.
Until like 5 years
Which-
later when it ended up on TV.
Which made it a little more special if
It
you think
does.
about
Yeah.
it at the time.
It does.
You're like,
It-
holy, I
well,
saw
I remember,
something today.
once a year the Wizard of Oz would come on.
Right,
and
and that's the only time you saw it.
Or the Charlie Brown stuff,
Yeah.
and it did it exactly right. It made it special, and now with everything at your fingertips, it's kind of like you're the boss.
Yeah.
It used to be the movie was the boss.
Yep.
You had to go to the movie's house
Yeah.
to see the movie. Now the movie comes to your house.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything comes to your house.
The movie is our
You're the
bitch.
boss.
at this point.
We all are now.
And it is odd that you never people. I didn't realize when they were making these movies that in the future people would be able to freeze frame things in
yeah.
high definition.
Yeah.
And boy, there are a lot of mistakes out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love film flubs.
Yeah.
We got to get David out of here.
Yeah, he's a busy guy.
David Duchovny, always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Californication season 5,
Yeah.
Sunday at 10:35 on Showtime. I'm
Yes,
watching.
absolutely.
This is one of my shows. I watch this one, man.
All right. Thank you.
A lot of times we got to make believe we watch the shows. This one I watch. I'm
Well, I
telling you
appreciate
right
that.
now.
I appreciate it.
David, always a
And
pleasure.
remember,
Thanks,
you can
man.
DVR it because I am
Yes.
your bitch.
That's true. Now you come to our house.
We are your bitch.
Yeah.
I come over whenever the hell you want me.
Anything else? Because I think we're out of here.
We're out of here.
All
I'll
right.
just say you can go check eatabullet.com. I have dates going on sale today for Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale,
Eat a what?
and Toledo.
Eat a bullet.
Eatabullet.com is my website.
Okay.
I have Toledo, Fort Lauderdale, Atlanta, Tempe, Poughkeepsie, and Rochester, and I'm warming up for the special I'm shooting.
But I'm hoping only a man who's not going to eat a bullet can call his website Eat a Bullet, right?
Well, JimNorton.com was taken, so Eat a Bullet just seemed like the logical progression. David Duchovny, and the premiere is
Sunday.
Sunday night, 10:35 on Showtime, season 5.
I already got the whole season.
I just wanted to end it that way.
My man.
I got
Damn,
the whole
man.
season.
The whole season's your bitch.
And I'm going to be selling. I'm going to be selling that shit later today.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
David Duchovny, thanks.
See you Monday.
Later.
I hope you're right there, David Duchovny.
I like the old
Let's
days.
jump right into this. Bob Kelly in studio, and of course David Duchovny, who's been doing our show for years.
I don't know how
David.
many years. Many
Long
years.
time now.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're discussing Bob Kelly having a kid at 40. What'd you say, 2?
42.
2 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna be an old man having to play with my Hey, Dad, want to go throw the ball? I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
I think about things like going with my dad to some of the school functions and stuff, and there was always that kid that kind of had the dad that couldn't really
Yeah.
do the things
I
that...
always talk about getting rotator cuff surgery so I can have a catch with my son.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, if you got to have those surgeries to do that, it could be a problem.
Yeah, I already have a bad knee. I'm trying to lose weight. My goal is to lose 40 pounds by the time the kid's born. Because I can't even walk my dogs and pick up their shit. Like I have to
Bobby.
stretch out and hold my breath and pull my jeans up to bend down to.
So when are you going to start?
I already
Bobby has been, we've been torturing him a bit about his weight over the years.
I'm one of those people. I'm on my 6 fat.
He's on his 6
No,
I'm Oprah. I have Oprah disease. Yeah, I go up and down. Yeah.
But you're giving yourself 7, I think.
I gave myself 8 fats.
8 fats.
But I think like the fucking deficit. We're just you're moving it up.
No. I have 8
think you
fats.
still only have 5.
He's heading toward the fat cliff.
He's got a fat debt ceiling.
I'm going to get skinny again, and then I'm going to get fat again.
And that's
when life gets a little more comfortable, when the kid's a little older, and we start doing family vacations, I'm going to get a little fat again. Then I'm going to get in shape again because of some type of disease, or I get cancer because I have to get thin. And then
got it mapped out.
When they finally go, nothing's going to help. I'm going to go fuck it. I'm out, and I'm going to go and just go to Wiener Schnitzel and honey buns and German restaurants and just I'm just
German food.
I went last night. Did you see that photo? I went to Halo Berlin, where you just get big Wiener Schnitzels, and one of them. One of them.
Said you're on a diet.
It's the Atkins version. I got the
you're
diet.
okay to go there. You're allowed to have wiener.
It's actually a leaner schnitzel.
Yeah,
Honestly,
did he go to the leaner schnitzel?
It says that.
Come on.
But one of them.
I got to get in the restaurant business.
But one of the wiener schnitzels looks exactly like a penis.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, if you cut a penis in thirds,
that's what I do to my penises. I can't take the whole penis.
That's terrible. My God. Enough about you, Bobby.
Yeah, man. What does this have to do with Californication?
Californication.
Thank you.
Starting up again, right?
Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Showtime.
Now, what season is this, by the way?
6.
Holy shit.
Wow.
6 seasons already?
Yeah.
My God. How long were you on X-Files?
9.
Wow. You were on 9, and then it went on.
I'm tired.
It went on that crappy version, though, after you were gone.
Well, no, I actually did a full 7, then I did half
7.
of 8, and then 9 I came back at the very end.
You threw him a bone on that last one. Oh, look, he's got the fish hooks in his cheeks. Oh, he's on this week.
Oh, you remember.
Oh, please.
That's a good one.
Like, where's Duchovny, for the love of Christ? I love this guy in Terminator 2, but enough.
He fucking doesn't age.
That guy from Terminator 2 aged in like a week. He looks like he's 85.
I think he's in a new movie.
Yeah.
The Duchovny doesn't age.
No, not at all.
It's the leaner schnitzel.
Yeah, that's what it does.
Doing something right.
Cutting it in thirds.
Wow. Are you still psyched with every season, like going in there and
No.
It's a great job because the cable kind of schedule is it's 12 weeks. We shoot 12 episodes in 12 weeks. So
wow.
We're really fond of each other, all the actors and the crew. We've had the same people for 6 years, 7 coming up, and it's just nice it's like a family reunion every year.
It's not one of those shows where a main character dies every couple of weeks.
No.
Like, what happened to that guy?
Well, we never know if we're going to get canceled or not, so I die every year, basically. I mean, they have to kind of try to kill me off.
Had some guys die over the years.
Not like
big, strong characters.
Not like when you're watching like Game of Thrones or something like that, or one of those shows where it's like somebody's just dropping dead.
The king dies.
Every week. Yeah. What just happened? What?
The actor must read.
You're like, what?
The actor must read that and be like, really?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I thought I was in with the king.
That's crazy to go from 9 years and now to 6. I mean, most
time off
actors don't even get that one. Your careers, that's crazy.
You made some good movies in between, though.
Yeah, California.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite movies.
That still is one that if it comes on, I will turn
people
on.
bring that up.
Yeah,
and I can't even remember it at all.
Really?
Yeah. They'll bring it up.
You don't remember Brad Pitt talking like that?
Yeah, I do.
Did he talk like that?
Got a bullet on the run, Brad. Now I'm remembering that. Yeah, when he shoots a guy on the run. I remember, I got him on the run, Brad.
Like you're going to be all proud of him. Hey, look what I did.
That's all you remember from your experience.
That and when I hit him with a shovel at the end, he goes, I came back. Now it's all coming back.
And now it's all coming back to you.
Maybe we should do that thing where 20 years later we switch roles.
Right. Yes. And he plays your role.
And I do him.
You got it
sound a
down.
little like Lincoln. 2 pigs were in a barn.
That's the new way Lincoln
and
sounds
one
now.
pig said to the other.
The Daniel Day-Lewis version.
Well, they decide
he
had a higher voice or something.
Yeah,
right?
gravelly
There's a big
kind of
controversy
high,
about how he
high
played
voice.
it. Yeah. How did they know?
A horse was talking to a chicken.
He told the worst stories.
Lincoln, enough.
Our finest president.
Yeah.
Only talks about barnyard animals.
Were you proficient in shooting handguns during the X-Files or anything else? No.
I suppose I was okay. I've never really shot. I mean, I've gone a couple times to the range when we were starting to do the show, but
Will they take you to like Quantico and?
Yeah, I was at Quantico. It was really interesting. And
what's Quantico? I don't know.
Quantico is where it's like the headquarters of the FBI, where they train the guys.
Right. So you got to go down there. And
yeah,
train.
it's in outside of D.C. And the most interesting thing that I remember from that is that was talking to one of the teachers, one of the head guys, and he said the most important. He was talking about shooting. So the most important thing we teach agents is when you get shot, you don't have to die. Yeah, because people will die of non-mortal wounds because you panic.
Right.
Basically,
Wow.
you get shot and you think I'm supposed to die, and you do.
How do you keep calm and keep your wits about you? Yeah,
it's just in my heart.
It's a sucking chest wound. I think I'm okay.
You could shoot me around 8 times and it wouldn't hit any organs.
Yeah, Bobby.
You died from getting shot in the foot.
Jeez. Yeah, you hear some of these stories of these agents that have been shot in the arms and stuff, and they're still just laying rounds out at the other guy. Yeah,
I saw Bond.
Yes, exactly, Bond. Right.
Wow.
Maybe it was that.
That is a tough mother.
Maybe it had nothing to do with.
He got shot up pretty good in that movie. I still haven't seen it.
Are you kidding?
I got 2 kids. I haven't seen a movie in a while.
I actually went to the shooting range with Daniel Craig. And he shot. I own a Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle.
A pro.
Yeah, I like shooting. It's fun. And he shoots it, and he literally goes, Jesus fucking hell! He yells it. It kicked the shit out of him. Yeah. He wasn't bad though with the pistols. The rifles left a little to be desired, but.
You're saying that about Bond?
Yeah, you know what?
Why would you say that?
He's got great video that he just can't post, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for some reason, I guess they don't want to show him actually shooting real guns.
Right.
You know, in the movies, it's okay and stuff, but to have him shooting real guns.
Yeah, but I know a guy who really got shot, and he said it hurts really bad.
I would assume.
Like, you can't just get up.
Surprising.
You can't get up.
Can we call the AP?
You can't just get up and start running after a guy after you get shot.
No.
You're going to lie there and go, ow.
I've just started taking my son boxing because I want him to actually know that all that stuff is crap, you know, that it does hurt and when you get hit and to defend himself. And he started watching professional wrestling too, and he thinks it's hysterically funny, and I'm beginning to understand why it's so popular.
Yeah.
Because 10-year-olds love it.
Yeah, it's
cool. And people from Aruba.
And 30-years.
30-years.
And
He
42-years.
is one of the...
Really? Can I ask you, what is it you love about it?
It's just, it's so entertaining.
Awesome. What's entertaining about it?
Yeah, I mean, you got to like certain guys. Like one of my favorites, The Rock, when he was on, Dwayne, right? He's one of the funniest guys on the planet on TV.
He really was funny.
He's just hilarious.
I don't think it has so much to do with exactly only what they're doing in the ring. I think it's the peripheral
beginning of the show.
Storylines and stuff. That's at least what he tells me.
It's like a soap opera?
Yeah,
theatrics.
It's
A
ridiculous.
Soap opera. Very good. There's a continuing
like you can laugh at it. Like you're like, oh my god!
Yesterday with my son,
they just fake ran over somebody with a limousine, and you saw the guy not get hit, but you're like, he's holding his knee.
Yeah. Villains and heroes.
And Bobby, they barely wear anything.
Jesus Christ.
Is that what you're...
No, that's
helping Bobby out.
That's not right.
It's not about the tiny little...
I grew up a long time ago in the city. And, professional wrestling went into hibernation for a good 20 years. But when I was a kid, it was big.
Right.
It was small. It was on...
Who are your guys? Andre the Giant, that type of thing?
Bruno
Sammartino?
Pedro Morales, Bruno Sammartino. Emil Mascaris, 1,000 Masks. He's nodding over that.
He knows everything about
Classy Freddie Blassie.
Oh, yeah, of course, Freddie Blassie.
Chief J. Strongbow.
Yes. Was that when it was like on the on Channel 11 here, like some local station?
That's when you could go after.
It was on UHF. It was
damn right. Remember that?
I do remember.
You had to go over.
Do you remember the match where it was so bad they put tape across the lens so you couldn't see it? And it was just an X.
This was the blood?
I forgot who the wrestler was, but they said this is so outrageous that you can't see it. Oh, my God. And they actually put tape over the fucking camera.
Remember what Freddie Blassie used to call his opponents?
Pencil
neck geeks.
Yeah, okay.
Fantastic.
That's back though when you could actually go to the bar right near the arena and then you could hang with them. They'd be doing coke and beating people up. Yeah. They try to rape your girlfriend. Arnie would be holding your girl by the neck.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
What a blast!
What does that have to do with Californication? We got to make sure that people know the
it's a great show.
Sunday.
What kind of hijinks and shenanigans are
you
into this time?
We're all rock and roll this year. We got this guy Tim Minchin from Great Britain, who's an amazing amazing musical talent. He does like funny political songs. You should Google him. They're really smart. Manson, Sebastian Bach,
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, Steve Jones. So we're rock and rolling this year.
Wow.
They're trying to make a musical of one of Hank's novels. So that's
really
like a Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, very cool. That's a good storyline.
Yeah,
and of course the women.
There's a lot of women. Maggie Grace.
Yep.
Yes.
Of course, the returning Natasha McElhone, who's eternally beautiful. And I'm blanking on anybody else.
I love Maggie Grace. I follow her on the Twitter and,
Do you? Does she tweet?
town.
Does she tweet?
Yeah, she tweets. She's very pretty.
You like her tweets?
I think they're cute. They're fun.
All right,
they're
fun.
sassy.
Follows beautiful women.
Yeah.
I've never been on the Twitter.
No, I've looked for David Duchovny. There's a few imposters.
I've never
by the
read
way.
a Twitter.
You've never even read one.
I don't know what a hashtag is.
You're better off.
David.
You're better off.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
you
better.
really are.
You like it? You like the?
No, it's taxing.
Do you want to read
It's
one
all
for the first time
encompassing.
on the air?
Not to do with myself.
No, it's me.
No.
Okay.
That's
Read
great.
that one right there.
Not to do it myself.
Can you make it big for the old man?
Yeah, right.
No,
What are you
that's it,
doing?
right.
That's too small for me. I gotta put on my sunglasses.
Yeah.
They're
Prescription?
they're also
Yeah, this is why Twitter's so
Stop
good.
one?
Right here. Yep.
Hey,
right there.
Bobo.
Oh no.
Hey, Bobo. Remember that time you?
Go ahead.
Why don't you read it?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
You spread your a-hole for Robert Kelly and made him puke because of your dirty A.
See what you're missing? See what you're missing,
See what you're
David?
missing on Twitter?
See what you're missing? You sure you don't
See
want
that?
to?
Sure you don't want to sign up and
See that?
Do chickens were?
See how big this text is on my
It's
phone?
not even big enough for me.
Is it really?
My phone looks like an eye chart. The top part of it.
Yeah.
I get one
you
letter per screen.
You just scroll per letter. You're not missing a thing.
You're
it's
really
just
not.
abuse. Yeah. It's you get all tied up in these arguments that you wouldn't give anybody the time of day about in real life, talking face to face, and then you get caught up in them. I don't know why. What is this? What the hell are we doing?
It's kind of an instant gratification thing. I don't know, but the abuse kind of hurts, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I don't enjoy it at all, David.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Little, you wake up happy. I love life. Hey, honey, I'll see you later. Today's going to be a great day. I got a lot of stuff. And then you go to your Twitter, you'd be like, wait, you're a fat fuck. You should die. I hate you. What the fuck did I do to anybody?
And that's his wife.
That was actually a text.
Yeah, she's got one of those. Yeah, that was actually an email from my mother and my wife.
Your wife has one of those big avatar accounts.
It really
one
is.
follower.
Those are the worst too.
Tweets.
Yeah, because you don't even know who these people are. He has like one follower. He's from. You don't even know. He could be your mother. It could literally be your mother that hates your guts.
Right.
You fat fuck. You're nobody.
Right.
Move back to Boston.
No picture of
And
who
all
they
you want to
are.
do is take your dog for a walk.
The worst is when you see somebody who starts attacking the other person. You do it, but you have fun with it. But there's some people that try to actually teach people lessons through 140 characters, and the guy's just. He says as long, then the guy would just be like, "Yeah, fuck you, fag," and he just it's it. It's
and
like,
that's it. End of argument.
Forget about it.
Do you have any kind of internet presence at all? Are you
Presence? No.
Facebook?
No Facebook.
You had a MySpace though.
No.
I was a fan.
He's a
no,
guy.
I'm kidding.
No, I get all these invitations to join something called LinkedIn.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Which I never
LinkedIn.
heard about, but I never do it.
I wouldn't either.
LinkedIn.
You don't need that
I've
shit.
never been
You don't
on the
need that
Facebook. I saw the movie.
Yes.
I never tweeted, never read one.
I bet there are David Duchovny imposters all over Twitter.
There were.
There were. Did you crack down on that?
We tried, I think, but I don't think it's illegal for some reason.
No, I don't think it is. I think as long as you're not trying to present yourself really as the person, you could put up parody accounts. They call them.
Yeah, they have a fake. I am Colin Quim.
Yeah,
instead of
Colin
Quinn.
Quim got me the other day. I responded to him like it was Colin.
Yeah.
And then I blocked the guy because I'm all mad at him. Ah, you fooled me. Hate that. Hate being fooled on the internet. No. There's been a couple of knocks on my door and I've been fooled at the internet. Hey, you have an Adam's apple. Wait a minute. This isn't right. You don't look like the picture.
You have an Adam's apple. Get in here.
Good for you.
Should I get on the Facebook?
No.
You're really not
Steer
missing
clear.
anything.
You aren't missing a thing. God bless people like you, David Duchovny, because I'm wrapped up in everybody that's on the internet, and that's all you think about. But when I go home, I'm watching TV, and I'm constantly on the phone looking at Twitter and stuff, and it's a giant waste of time.
People are going to have neck problems because because we're all looking down. If you look at like a subway platform, it's all people looking down with their necks bent at their phones.
You think we're going to evolve into like swans?
That's why they're getting pushed over the side.
Giant
bent
paying
neck.
attention. Yeah, really.
That's why they're getting pushed.
Watch who's
Stop
pushing
looking at
it.
your phone.
I grew up in New York, and I remember when they first put down that strip of good grabbing material. I was like, what kind of message are they sending here? It's like, okay, this is your last chance to get a good foothold, right? They didn't used to have that.
No, it was
like
just
you can really dig your heel in.
And you know they had a meeting saying, all right, we got to give these people one last chance before they go over the side.
But I think people would look and they go, well, let me see if he could save himself. That guy was like,
oh. I wonder if there was a testing platform
I do remember this.
People.
And this may or may not be true, but it could be apocryphal. But in the early 70s, the MTA sent out for subway cars to Japan because they were making the best subway cars and cheaper, I guess. And we got them, and they came to the States. And the problem was they were great and they ran well, but the average Japanese ass is so much smaller that the seats, the ridge of the seat would go right up your crack. So it's, these little things that nobody figures out until you actually get the subway car.
Until I get on the car and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, that would. Well, you would.
For you, it might go.
Yeah, it might actually
be perfect.
work.
You could get cheeks on
straddle two.
Cheek on each seat.
It's actually perfect for my fat ass. These are great new seats. I actually so paranoid of getting pushed now that I stand backwards and I scan. But now I look like the guy who's going to push somebody.
someone.
Yeah,
you're all the way in the back. You're looking around.
I'm just paranoid.
Just hang back with the guys who are playing the blues.
Yeah,
and the odds are good.
The acapella guys.
Yeah.
The guy with the bongo.
But the odds are good. You need three guys that all are thinking to push you over the side.
Oh.
Three guys.
Three guys.
He's a bigger.
Because he's.
Yeah, but
no one's going to push you is what I'm saying.
I know. I'm not going to help you with. I'm not going to help you with
the bomb. When Bob Kelly was pushed in front of it.
Yeah.
The subway train. First man lives. People on the train were hurt.
I thought about it when it happened, and you always think, well, why don't you run across to the other side?
Yeah. You would think. I guess you just freeze.
Well, also maybe he was injured.
It's a 6 foot fall onto metal and wood.
I think it's kind of like shaking it off and going, oh, shit.
You can still crawl, do something, try something.
No, I've already done the scenario in my head. There's no time. Yeah, of course. You don't do that? You don't go like the train's coming. All right, now someone just pushed me. What would I do?
So you're at the platform. The train is coming.
People are looking at you strange.
You're imagining. You're imagining.
He's like this. He's looking at
doing the math in his head.
He's got a tape measure.
Why 100?
I've been here for 10 years. I haven't enjoyed one day of New York City.
No.
I'm mugged.
You're
I'm
stressed out all the time.
I walk my dogs. I look for weapons. First thing I do is I look for a weapon.
You do?
Oh, when I walk out at like 12 at night walking my dogs, I look for a weapon.
How about you get a gun?
No, I can't.
Why?
I live in Manhattan.
Not everyone can get a gun then.
Not everybody get a...
Hey, sorry.
Not everybody's a cowboy. You got grandfathered in.
There might be a gun in
Wyatt
the
Earp.
studio. There might be a gun.
No, I never carry in the studio.
Plus,
it's terrible.
I would use it by accident. I would use it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't
by
shoot
accident.
I wouldn't shoot anybody, but I'd be like, what are you looking at, mother? And I'd take it out. Yeah.
Oh, you're brandish.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you do that with a stick. It's not
You can
that
only
bad.
do that in the movies.
No, you should do it with a stick.
Yeah,
stick. That's why I don't want a gun.
And then you do it with a stick and someone shoots you. Great. That sounds great. You working on any movies?
I just finished up a movie in Connecticut called After the Fall, and I got a movie coming out March 1st called The Phantom with Ed Harris, which is a Cold War Russian submarine film. It's really
very cool.
Really,
and that Ed Harris is pretty goddamn good.
Everybody loves Ed Harris.
I like Ed Harris.
Yeah,
I liked him in that Apollo 13. He was very good. Did you watch that movie, Apollo 13?
Yes, I did.
Bobby, because I was imagining you would probably get a little choked up at the end. When Ed Harris sits down and he goes, kind of wipes his eyes, a manly guy, but he's tearing up.
I tear up at that. You know what I learned? Surprises make me cry.
What?
Anytime there's a surprise.
I think it's the right time for you to have a child.
Well, this Korean dude on HGTV got his mother and his Korean parents a kitchen, and they came in and they were like, "Oh, this is my kitchen," and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
You started crying. Bobby.
Surprises.
Bobby's a sensitive guy, man.
He's got sensitive eyes.
He does.
He's a very funny
eyes.
Yes.
He's a very funny stand-up comic. I love your bit on Move That Bus.
Yeah, dude, I cry at
He
that.
cries
I can't
just to move
watch
that bus.
I can't watch that.
Move that bus where they all start cheering.
I did that show.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you cry?
No.
He was on the show.
No,
I didn't.
You don't cry so much when you're on the show because it's all kind of
Because you know that all the
mapped
stuff
out.
is going to be stolen like 6 months later.
I don't know, but I did it because my whole family was crying at it at the time.
They were crying?
Well, when they'd watch the show. And
When they watched the Move That Bus part.
Yeah.
And
or
so,
just the whole
and then
thing.
they probably watched you and went, "Look at that insensitive bastard,
Yeah.
David isn't even crying."
Did he fake cry at least?
I'm glad you like your home.
Now where's my paycheck, motherfuckers?
I'm sorry, I got a plane to catch.
And the bus actually, he gets on the bus and takes off with him in it.
Can you move that bus? Because I got to go.
I got a call time here.
What was the scenario on the show that you did?
Oh, it was a few years ago.
That depends.
I can't. It was, of course, it was sad, but it wasn't one of those really.
Like where the father had 8 kids, the mother passed away of some disease, and now he's trying to take care of them.
And no children were ill or anything like that. So
yeah.
So I'm not saying
so they
this
were
as an
freeloaders.
excuse.
So very forgettable. David's saying
They really didn't need the house, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying
They could have done
that,
a room, and they would have been fine.
But I've
They
seen,
ran out of sad families.
Yeah,
I've seen ones
give them a swing set, they would have been fine.
Paint job and maybe a carpet.
Here's a Toyota. It's a used one. But
Jesus. Yeah. Oh, David.
Yeah, it's not. The one that really made me cry was in the old black lady. They moved the bus and she fainted.
Oh, she fainted.
Oh,
That's
man.
the classic one. Yeah.
I was on the ground. I was like,
Jesus.
oh. That was
Were
the
you
first.
crying?
You're not human if that doesn't bother
It's
you.
kind of great.
Yeah.
Is it still on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's still on.
He's moving
Yeah,
on to another show, Ty, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, but that
We've
show's
never had him
never
on.
going to not go on. I mean, they have variations of it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always great. But like, you know what I feel bad for? They did one for Sandy. These people in wherever Jersey.
Long Beach or-
yeah.
Jersey Shore.
But what about? There's like 5. All the neighbors are like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Really? They picked you?
Well, I remember they wanted me to look like I was building, helping to build a house.
There you go.
And I said, well, first of all, I'm not handy. And secondly, I don't really want to give the illusion that I came here and really helped
Right,
build.
right.
I mean, I'm happy to be the guy who's here, whatever you like. The
Like a little
family
cheerleader or
likes
something.
me
Sure.
or something,
Right.
so I'll meet them. But I think it's
You know
kind of bold.
Dave-
It's like
David's
I'm
swinging a
laying,
hammer.
I'm like got the big nail gun putting down the floor. No,
You got a tool belt that's
Yeah.
brand new.
yeah, exactly.
Brand new tools.
I couldn't
You
quite-
hammer in
I
one
couldn't
nail
quite-
for the
I can-
cameras
I can
and then
lift
that's
shit.
it.
I'll
Yeah.
lift shit.
Yeah.
You'll lift something, but yeah, putting that. I'm interested in that movie, submarine
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So it's Cold War.
Yeah.
Are you American or are you a Ruski?
We're all Russian.
Oh,
and
man.
none of us are doing accents, so it's not.
All right, I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you if you had to,
No,
the-
because we'd have 17 different accents if we were going to
yeah,
do that.
yeah. I
So-
like when you do a movie because the accent thing's fine and dandy if it's
Yeah.
done well. But I'd rather have no accent because I can accept that.
Right.
Why
Right.
would they be speaking English in an accent anyway? So it's not.
Well, it's like the bad guys in the old movies always had an English accent.
Yes,
Especially if they were Nazis.
Yeah, the Nazis with the English accents in the old movies are great.
No, the idea of the movie
That was
is
great.
This is funny. I just remembered that. There's a lot
They
of
did.
Nazis. Hello. All right. What we want to is this.
Hitler's going to be quite miffed if you don't get those panzers out.
We all accepted it though.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
The Jews.
Yes, I said that.
So you're all right.
The idea
Russian.
of the film is that from a true story that a Russian nuclear sub did go missing off the coast of Hawaii in the 70s, I think in the early 70s, and it was a nuclear sub. So the idea of the Phantom in the movie is this device that can kind of capture the oral signature of other vessels and then cloak itself as the other vessel. So I'm KGB and I'm stowing away on the ship because we want to start World War III.
Oh.
And we capture this Chinese ship's oral signature and we're going to attack. We're going to fire a nuclear weapon at Hawaii as a Chinese ship to the radar, hoping that the U.S. will then attack China. Start World War III. They annihilate each other. Russia
comes out smelling like a roast.
Right, but Ed doesn't know any of this. We're stowaways on his ship doing this nefarious stuff, and when they start to get an idea of what's happening, there's a civil war on the boat.
Right. Ed's one of the good guys
he's the captain,
and you're a
KGB.
crazy KGB guy
Crazy KGB.
that wants to stop.
How does it end?
Cool, man. How does it end? I love submarine movies, man.
Yeah.
Me too.
And we shot it on an actual submarine. So
You did?
Was that creepy?
Well, it's really tight.
Yeah, I know.
It's
That's
really
what I mean.
small.
Were you claustrophobic or any of that?
I'm not that bad that way,
Yeah.
but I think if it had been in the water, if
Yeah,
it had been
yeah.
loose, we were just docked, so we could just walk
Yeah,
out.
if you knew it was down
I mean,
under.
it was San Diego out there.
I saw that movie. I talked about this on the air a while ago. When I
Gray Lady
used to,
Down.
yeah, when I used to smoke pot, I watched Gray Lady Down, and it was it wasn't an old. If people have commented in the past, it's some old woman porno, but no, it was a movie.
What are you doing in there?
I guess it had Chuck Heston in it, and David Carradine was in there and stuff. And
So it was a good movie.
The sub, oh yeah, the sub sunk.
Gray
but it
Lady.
still had-
Yeah, Gray Lady Down, damn you.
and it hit the bottom, but it was still had people in and stuff, and they're running out of oxygen and the pressure on the
Yeah,
hull.
well-
And I'm smoking some weed, and I'm watching this like this is such a great. I wonder what it'd be like to be in there. I wonder what. Oh my God! I wonder what it would be hard. I started getting the feeling that I was there.
Yeah.
I had to literally go into my bedroom, curl up in the fetal position on my bed, and just unfreak myself
But
out.
that would make you more claustrophobic.
No,
Wouldn't you want
I
to be in
had to
a
unfreak
giant
myself
wide
out.
open
That
space?
plus all the alcohol and pills he took.
No, I just smoked weed back then.
I had a similar experience.
He's gotta go?
Wait,
Not
you said
yet.
you gotta go.
He's got a similar experience.
But they're
Shut up.
What
panicking
I saw
over there.
this movie. It was called. I remember it called the Clonus Horror.
Oh, the Clonus Horror.
Come on.
I remember the name, not the movie though.
Okay, so I mean, it's a bad TV movie about cloning from the early '80s, and I saw it in a tweaked state of mind, and freaked out, completely, just lost my shit so badly that I couldn't even think that word clonus, which isn't even a word, for a year. And then finally, I saw it in the TV listings that it was on again. I just had to face my fear, so I saw it.
Get on that horse.
I saw it straight, and it was, it was just horrible.
It was a terrible movie, but boy,
and not scary at all.
In that altered state of mind, sometimes something gets a hold of you. Oh, it's frightening.
Peter Graves. Peter Graves.
Peter Graves was in that
one?
one?
The Clonus Horror.
Clonus. Now I'm going to look that up.
They're
I'll see if
panicking.
Netflix has
I mean,
it.
we just got started with
okay,
David
we got
Duchovny.
you. David,
I'll come in. I live in New York. I'll come in anytime.
Please
even when
do.
I'm not myself.
Love having you on. You're a fun
Well,
guy.
I'm a big fan of Californication.
Thank
Sixth
you.
season
Yes.
starts Sunday.
Sunday.
On Showtime.
10:30.
10:30 on Showtime. Yes.
Thank
Very
you.
cool. Enjoy your weekend, sir.
Thanks. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Nice to
Take it
meet
easy,
you, buddy.
Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh, wait. Bob Kelly got to
Oh,
get that plug
Bob
in.
Kelly.
Are you going to continue with
Get
Sam?
on that. You give me the plug. Give me the plug. Give me the.
Picture with David.
Are you continuing with Sam?
Yeah, I'm going to continue with
All right,
Sam.
good. But
Friday,
in case people are tapping out, it's Friday. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
Friday tonight, one show at Bananas in Hasbrook Heights, Bananas, and Saturday night, two shows this weekend in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, Bananas.
And the podcast.
Oh yeah, riotcast.com. We get 12 of the greatest shows. Davey Mack, Weird Medicine, and mine. YKWD. You know what, dude? Podcast on riotcast.com.
Take it right there.
I heard about the picture you took of Chris Christie.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. That's funny.
Yep.
That's rolling. All right, well, I guess we're done then.
Thanks, David.
Thank you, Bobby. Bobby will continue with
Thanks,
Sam
buddy.
in a few minutes here.
Damn, David, the
Have a
company's
good
great.
weekend.
On the Bob and Sam show.
I think he does. Justine.
Oh, Justine? I saw Justin.
When he dresses like a girl, it's amazing.
She's okay too. I heard Justin Bateman. I'm sorry.
The most uncomfortable thing is that Justin plays my wife.
In drag. I'm sorry.
Is it anything like, if it's about a TV show being made, is it anything like The Comeback, which I loved on HBO with...
Comeback was great.
And the only thing I didn't like was there was one writer, because they had the whole weird thing with the writer's relationship with Lisa Kudrow.
Right.
One of them was a little too over-the-top douchey to her, and it's like, nah, man, writers are never that brutal to you.
Right.
You know, they may hate you, but they kind of hide it if you're getting laughs.
Right.
Is it kind of along that vibe, like behind the scenes of a sitcom?
Exactly, but it's really the struggle that the writer that I play has with the network, and it's really about, you know, making little compromises every day, little compromises. Oh, I can live with that. I can live with that. And then at the end of the process, you're left with this piece of shit that you don't recognize it. So just in order to get on the air, you know, to have your dream is you're going to have your show on the air. This guy's a writer who's worked in rooms for 15, 20 years. You know, now he's got a shot. And so he'll compromise. He's got to feed his family, and then at the end, it's just, it's what you see on networks.
Well, comedies are destroyed by networks. They're emasculated. But doing the show you did for so many years, how much trouble did you guys have being that it was not a comedy? Like, say, was there content that you guys wanted to cover?
I wasn't a comedy. I thought that
there was some fun in there.
Hysterical lines.
There were some great lines in there,
so it's not like a Sanford and Son type.
No, it wasn't at all like Sanford and Son.
So I'm saying, no black people. Here, Dave. But I'm saying, did you guys have content issues that you want something you wanted to cover that was not like that was in more of like a serious vibe, and they're like, no?
I think until you get to syndication, you're always going to be kind of doing a dance with the networks. But once you hit that number and you get that autonomy of you're going, I think you can pretty much do whatever you want. We had one episode that maybe people remember. They pulled it.
Maybe. Come on.
Well, no, there's one. But just one. It's they pulled it out of rotation because it was too kind of sick. It was about. It's called Home, and it's about. A kind of family of mutant humans who, because they are so
incest.
Yeah,
it's the mother in the drawer, and that one was great. It's one of my favorites, as a matter of fact. It was so twisted and sick.
It's a lot of people's favorites. These people were so mutated that nobody would have sex with them, so they had to have sex with each other in order to propagate, and it's a love story.
It's quite a love story. They pulled that out of rotation.
Now that I'm describing it, that's sounding like Sanford. So.
So that's out of rotation.
Remember when Lamont would have sex with Fred?
Absolutely.
Grady came in,
but they don't show that anymore.
They pulled it for a while, so that's the one. For all the kind of graphic and weird stuff that we did over the years, that was the one that they pulled.
How many episodes did you do, or how many years did you run?
9.
Yeah, 9 years. It was the it show. That show was it was the show. Yeah. And then toward the end, I know the last couple of seasons, it got so weird when you disappeared, and then they brought in, what's his name?
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick, yeah. Who I like, but it was just weird, the dynamic there.
Yeah.
And it was always like, is Mulder going to show up today? Is he going to show up today?
Yeah, he finally came back.
He
came back towards the end.
But I never knew what really happened to you. They just kind of
neither do I
left it kind of there with the hooks in your mouth, and I don't know what the hell was going on.
For all I know, I think Mulder, he did a couple movies in that time.
Yeah, that was it. Mulder went off and became an actor, did some movies,
then came back,
did a couple of chick flicks, came back.
At least Mulder waited, as opposed to David Caruso, who has one great season and goes, I'm going to be a movie star, and then 15 years like, no, you're not.
Back to TV.
Caruso was amazing that first year. That was some of the best acting I've ever seen on TV. I was sad to see him.
And now, Frank, it's a whole nother story.
That's pretty good.
Oh, when he does that exit stage left even, and he just kind of walks off the screen. It's hysterical. It's become a parody.
Yeah, we had fun with that.
Everyone's goofing on that.
It's hard to do do a TV show week after week. I got to say.
Do you feel like it almost becomes like a parody of what you initially started out doing?
Well, not so much a parody, but the nature of television is that you want to give people want to see the same thing.
Yeah.
They do. They want to tune in.
They get familiar with the character.
Yeah.
And
so you're kind of limited after a while. I think actually the X-Files was pretty successful in mixing it up, for a long time.
What do you think about Lost? Because they're kind of calling that like almost like an X-Files type.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't watch today. It's covered by the sheet, so you can't.
It sounds good.
Yeah,
I can hear it coming through the sheet.
He's being polite. He doesn't like it.
No. It's not that I don't even not like it.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Oh no,
you're playing the Hulk. That I think is fantastic in the sequel. They get you playing the Hulk. What's his name? Banner, the other guy?
I'm not playing the Hulk.
It says right here that you're playing. You're playing the. You're playing.
No, I'm not playing anybody in that movie.
What happened? It says here in our one sheet, David has said to become a new.
I know. I don't know.
He's under heavy negotiation.
No.
Teasing, of course.
I've never. Nobody's ever contacted me about being the Hulk.
That's hysterical. You know, somebody is going to be shot now for putting that in there.
No, but I've been asked that before about that.
Really?
We have the worst one sheet.
That's why I rip it up before it gets here.
Hawkeye Pierce. Is that correct? Who makes these things?
What an ass!
This is all. But it says here it's in like a bold. David is set to become the new one.
Yeah.
Who wrote that?
I don't know.
Have them shot. Now, okay, I'm going to ask something off the sheet.
Yeah.
X-Files movie? Another one?
Yeah, in the works. True.
Okay, that was accurate.
In the works.
Yeah, okay. Now, that's something a lot of people want to see.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because if not, we're going to look really silly.
Then that'll look silly. Any plot line there? Has anything been written yet?
No. I don't know.
Will it take off from the end or
Yeah, I
the
don't
last thing? You're going to have hook scars in your mouth?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
You're not giving
No,
out any
actually, I
info.
don't know.
You just don't.
Honestly, I don't know.
We keep thinking we're catching him lying, but he's like, I have no idea.
He doesn't know. All right, he's going to be all right. I don't know.
Shine the light in his eyes. Let's make sure.
Wait, it says here too, and this is the one sheet. I'm sure this is completely incorrect. But it said that being an African American, you found it said that you uses dye to color your right eye and keep your pupil dilated because you had an injury in high school. Is that true?
That's true.
Oh, really?
He played basketball.
So, yeah. I
Okay,
did.
so what is that? How do you dye it? Is that?
I don't dye it. No, I dilate it.
Dilated.
Okay.
What a bunch of idiots.
Here's what it says. David uses dye to color his right eye and to keep his pupil dilated.
I gotta hit somebody.
Wait, who said
wrote that?
Who?
Point.
Well, because when you're trying to make your eyes look the same, you want to color one differently.
Dye one? Who dyes their eyes?
Like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
All right, we got Sam.
You are as dumb as they come.
Sam, is that you?
I wrote it based on information given to me by Roland.
Passing the buck.
All right, get him in here.
Our staff passes the buck better than anybody.
And I'm also hearing Roland came up with the whole Incredible Hulk thing.
Yeah. Roland, wait till you hear.
He's only the guy that
I
books
like
the
Roland.
guest.
I like Roland.
Wait till you see the lack of any communication skills he has whatsoever.
I told Roland, I know.
On the phone,
great.
it's okay. In person, when he gets a mic in front of him, he loses
really?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Roland.
That's good.
There's no joke, by the way. Go ahead,
The
Roland.
Hulk premiering.
Explain yourself.
The Hulk was I put is rumored.
Really?
Rumored.
It says here David is set.
Yeah.
Set and rumored.
I apologize.
It's a
I
little
always thought
different.
rumored started with an R. That's my error.
No, the email I sent it said rumored.
The what?
It said rumored.
The what you sent?
The email to Sam it says rumored to be.
Okay, so rumored, and then you took rumored and said that's too long to put on the sheet.
So set.
He's looking for the email right now. Look at him.
Oh, yeah, look at him scrambling.
Of course.
He's scrambling.
Hey, and the TV set, have you seen it, Roland?
Yeah, I loved it.
So why didn't you give us an advance copy so we could, maybe, comment about it?
I did give a copy to Anthony.
Wow.
What?
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
I stand corrected. Roland, could you read this?
Damn it.
Please?
I think I was watching the Lost Box set.
Hold on.
I am an ass.
Well, watch it. You'll really like it.
I
It's
will.
Really, really funny.
Roland has to correct everybody.
Oh, this is IMDb's
What did you say the bottom?
mislabeling. I forgot to paste a caption on top. This is rumored.
So you didn't put rumored in?
I am an ass.
See, we're not that dumb, David.
Okay.
It's someone else that's dumb, not
What about
us.
what about the dye color his right eye?
Dilate and die.
What about the Easter egg eyeball?
Yeah.
In the springtime at my house, I like to pop my eye out and hide it in the backyard.
He'll hide it in a slipper, and the kids will find it.
Yeah, how did that come about?
No,
how does one dye their eyeball?
It's a dilated though. I didn't send dilated. I sent dilated.
You sent dilated. What
Sam.
happened?
We might have to blame
He's
Sam.
scrolling through that
It says
BlackBerry.
It says on the sheet that he uses dye to color his eye and to keep his pupil dilated. Do you think I just added in out of nowhere?
Yes.
No.
All right. Oh, now there's another email.
God, you can't get away with anything.
You know what?
No.
Once
you
again,
can't.
I apologize to Roland.
What?
I apologize to Roland. Roland, please, can you correct us? This is the email you sent, and we are incorrect.
Again, I blame IMDb.
IMDb.
Yeah, IMDb, I am dumb bastard.
Yeah.
Again, I am ass.
All right. Someone on instant feedback is saying this might be the worst interview of all time. David should just slap the ass out of all three of you.
We
Now,
liked it.
Roland, the TV set.
it's funny.
Why is it funny? Sell it for David Duchovny,
please.
Because if you see it, that's how the way sort of like Hollywood works for a TV show from the ground.
But Roland,
should be a publicist.
if you had no interest in television, would it still be funny?
Yes, it would be funny. It's great comedy, great acting.
So you wouldn't say it's an inside movie. You'd say it's a movie for everybody.
Bring the kids, bring the family.
All right. Hey, where's David Duchovny?
Please bring him in.
David Duchovny's here.
Be funny if he's out burning Imus posters.
Yeah, it's kind of a tricky situation. with the whole Imus thing going on, because when we have guests, we don't know where they stand on it.
Yeah, let's go to Mike in Babylon.
We kind of make our opinion known.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hi, guys. Love you. Love the show. Yeah, okay.
Hello, David. How you doing?
Listen, you guys are like the standard bearer these days. I mean, like you said, Google's the 9th top search. I mean, I just think you guys aren't going at it enough. I mean, at this point, I think you guys should just go charging into the breach and defend it and, you know, say whatever. I mean, yesterday, Jimmy, you were on there in the XM side. You mentioned that joke with the Al Roker bit about, you know, that little affliction. And, you know, I don't know if you can even say it on this side. I think you guys should be just trying to figure out a way to come out there and just say it.
Well, sir, we can only do so much here, and, you know, it's the way it is with terrestrial radio, and we know that, and I'm kind of grateful in a way, because the vile nonsense that would have flew out of my mouth if we had 4 hours a day to say it.
Yeah.
And the Al Roker's just another jackass, so let him say it.
Yeah, Al Roker wants Imus to be fired over that. It's completely ridiculous, but we're watching the situation very closely, and then we might have to organize a little something.
I mean, there was a point before where you guys cut the mic off, so that...
All right,
I really hope that you're going to give that joke on the XM side.
You'll get on the XM side. Get a hold of yourself, sir.
All right,
Relax.
thank you.
We're not going to get fired.
Got David Duchovny sitting here. We're talking to some direct
no.
from Jersey.
Who's just yammering on, telling us we should curse on terrestrial radio and go them.
Yeah. Well, it's everywhere, David. What can I tell you?
What, the cursing? The
Imus thing.
You should hear my mother talk about it.
Really?
About Imus?
No.
No.
She has no idea.
No.
She doesn't know how to work her television.
That your mom too? Because mine is the worst with technology, and I was trying to tell her, I just saw her for Easter, and I'm trying to tell her, like, you know, you should get a computer, and it's not this big thing anymore. She thinks it's like the ENIAC, you know, or it's just, don't they weigh 20 tons a piece? And I'm like, no, you get your laptop, you can check email. Yeah. She goes, well, why do I need that?
I don't want to give up one of my guest rooms.
I tell her, when we go on vacation or something, I could send you pictures and stuff. I could just wait till you get back.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not going to Photomat. I could just...
My mother puts a sheet over the television when she's not watching it, like it's a bird.
It might make noise in the night.
I think she thinks it's radioactive or something.
We gave our mom a DVD player a year ago. Every time I visit her, I gotta like walk her through the damn thing, and she still can't figure it out.
Mine still uses videotapes. Just pops in like VCR, and she goes, no, I just rewind. That's fine. Like there's DVDs. Ooh, she don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what it is with people when they reach a certain age. They just want to cut off technology.
She does use a remote.
Oh, really?
She still
that's pretty
remote.
Swinging with the remote. Well, I remember my grandfather sitting there with the remote that used to go like, made like a ding noise. There were 2 buttons on it, on and off, and volume.
With a long wire.
I don't know if you remember, but when I was growing up, you know, the channel changer would always break because you swung it around so much.
Yeah. Pliers.
Yeah.
You'd get yelled at, too.
Sorry.
Stop it. Your parents could hear like a mile away you going, because you had to get from channel 5 to channel 11 real quick. And now you're going to break it. Right. I'm going to break it. We had the thing like 25 years. It never broke.
Yeah.
David Duchovny, you're here.
Television expert.
Yes. Well, I've seen you on it.
Yeah.
You're a lot taller than you are on the television. But
it happens.
Yeah. You got
seem to think that about me a lot, and I don't know why.
They expect you to be short?
They do.
Everyone on TV is supposed to be short.
Well, I get there in a little box.
To fit in the box. Yeah. Well, the sheet is over it, so he can't just come walking out and get cookies in the middle of the night.
From Willy Wonka.
It just kind of comes out of the TV. I heard, though, that you were tall.
Oh,
so when you walked in, I was like, look, he is.
Yeah.
The rumors.
Yeah.
not
Pacino
rumors.
is legendarily. He looks tall because I guess all he's played. I hear Pacino's just a little shrimp in real life. Everybody says he's like 5'1".
He's just a little guy.
Just a little fella. You want to pick him up?
He's cute.
Hold him. I'll take a picture with him.
You want to burp him?
Yeah. Come over, burp him, pat his little head. Get out of here, you.
Get back on the set, you daffy bastard. The TV set. That's what we're promoting today, huh?
Yeah. You guys haven't had a chance to see it, have you?
No.
Us?
We don't get advanced anything.
We don't anything.
No.
Really?
I know, it's a shame. And the only way I get advanced copies, I can't talk about on the radio, or I might have the FBI come to my house because they have a warning on the front that says I shouldn't do this.
It makes it easier to talk about it when you know.
I know, when I actually saw it.
Yeah.
We didn't get an advance copy. We didn't even know you were coming until 10 o'clock last night. Let's lay it on the table.
We have very bad communication skills. We knew you were coming X amount of time ago, and we said, yeah, David Duchovny.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they tell us the day before, David Duchovny's coming. All right.
Yeah, we approved you coming in like September 06, and we got an email yesterday that you're coming in today.
I got this.
We have a little problem in the organization.
Security clearance.
Yeah. But it's David Duchovny, so you'll let him in.
Yeah.
I told we had Simon Pegg in yesterday from Shaun of the Dead. You see that one?
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
And I didn't want to tell him I saw his latest movie. The one where he plays a cop, but I complete bootleg. Like I got it. I heard people eating popcorn in the background, and like it was really a bad bootleg.
But it's okay.
But it's okay because I saw the movie and I was able to talk about it.
So we can talk to the
guys. Yeah. So a lot of these times where I see an advanced copy, I'm not getting a screener copy. I'm getting an illegal bootleg copy.
That's nice.
With popcorn.
I've never actually seen one of those.
Oh, they're so bad.
I know. I have. I remember being on an airplane a few years ago, and one of the flight attendants came up to me and said, I love the X-Files. I have everything on VD, all 9 seasons on DVD. I said, that's great. That's terrific. He said, and I bought it for 50 cents in China.
Great, thanks.
All 9 seasons for 50 cents.
That's gotta make you feel good.
I get some of that.
So you owe me 3 cents.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You're taller than everyone in China, stacked on top of each other. Little Chinese short joke.
I saw that, Jimmy.
I'm still using the tall thing, huh?
Yeah, no, I didn't notice until he
Gotta
said it.
go back to
I'm
it.
on the bandwagon and try to steal a laugh, which didn't work, and I'll take my bombing weapon.
Keep talking about it.
Well, I want to know what the TV set is all about.
Yeah, well, it's
you're gonna have to really sell it now because we haven't seen it. Usually we're kind of informed.
Damn us.
Well, Jake Kasdan is the writer-director. I don't know if you guys ever watched Freaks and Geeks or saw Zero Effect in Orange County, but he's a really talented writer-director. And it's basically about the creation of a television show, from writing to casting to dealing with the networks to shooting and then trying to get it on the air. So it's kind of a network type comedy about what it is to actually make television, instead of like the usual kind of Hollywood fluff that you see in movies. But it's myself and Sigourney Weaver and Ewan Griffith and Judy Greer, and just really terrific, smart, funny actors. And
Justine Bateman.
He's great in everything.